2 minutes until airtime for this Georgia baseball game broadcast. Studio producers, when you hear, please start your archive recording. Your next time cue will come with 1 minute until airtime for today's Georgia baseball game broadcast. Stations, we are coming up to 1 minute until airtime. 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. 1 minute, stations. 1 minute until airtime for today's Georgia baseball game broadcast. Studios, when you hear,
this ball is out of here!
Please start your archive recording. Coming up to 30 seconds until airtime. On my mark, 30 seconds until airtime. Mark, 30 seconds. Your next and final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime.
This ball is out of here!
Studios, please start your archive recording. Coming up on 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds. Stations, have fun.
The following is a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Run it back.
This is hit high out into right field with some carry. Wallace is going back. He's looking up. It's over the scoreboard. Ben Anderson with a 2-run homer. Strike 3 swinging it. That's the ball game. The Dogs have done it.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, this is Georgia Baseball.
Connor Tate has homered for the second time tonight.
Brought to you by Landmark Athens Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Dos Equis, a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Breda Pest Management. With Breda, you don't have to be afraid of bugs. Marker 7 Coastal Grill, bringing a taste of the Gulf to 5 points. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. The UGA Bookstore. It's where the dogs shop. Primerica, the only company positioned to make the maximum impact on Main Street families. And by Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs. This is the Bulldog on Deck Show. Now, out to the stadium, here are David Johnston and Jeff Dantzler.
Good afternoon and welcome to Georgia Baseball. Bulldogs trying to even up this weekend series here today against the Vanderbilt Commodores. Vandy winning an 11-9 thriller last night at the Frankie Carroll Beltran radio booth at Foley Field. Our network studio producer today, Ryan Smith. Alan Thomas has joined us in the booth. He's already eaten 2 hot dogs. To my right, the one and only David Johnston. I'm Jeff Dantzler. DJ, to quote the greatest Bulldog ever, bitter pill last night in a game filled with twists and turns.
I tell you what, they did what we talk about, though. They protected the scoreboard. The Dogs scored 9 runs, but never had the lead last night. And it's a different game when you're playing from behind as opposed to when you're playing with the lead. So Vandy did a good job of that. It was a close game. Your typical Friday night game in the SEC as far as being a nail-biter and being tight. And I expect another one here today, but looking forward to seeing what Jonathan Cannon's going to do for the Dogs.
And it is a great pitching matchup today, a battle of right-handers. Chris McIlvain is 5-3 for the Commodores. There'll be a lot of scouts here at Foley Field today. Jonathan Cannon, the numbers off the charts. DJ, he's been arguably the best pitcher in the country this season.
Yeah, he has been terrific, and certainly glad to know that he's really not on a pitch count anymore. Coach has said that, so they can go as long as they want to with Cannon last week against LSU in the game that the Dogs won 12-7. He wasn't as sharp as he normally is, but he still found a way to get 5 innings out of it and got the win. improving to 8-1.
Big game here today with the Dogs and the Doors. The Scott Strickland Show is on deck, and it's brought to you by your Atlanta area BMW centers, providing legendary performance, exceptional offers, and a premium ownership experience. At BMW, they only make one thing. That's the ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWATL.com today. BMW, a proud supporter of the Georgia Bulldogs. BMW says, go Dogs. It's Georgia and Vandy. Our marker 7 first pitch is 19 minutes away right here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
Titletown, baby. College football, big league baseball. This championship fever is fun. You know it's not fun? Termites. Neil Hondo Williamson here for Breda Pest Management. Not at the Hondo household, though. Our termite protection is flawless. With Breda, our home is protected from termites. Call the championship team at Breda Pest Management, the official pest control of your Georgia Bulldogs. BREDA Pest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of us.
Get ready for the first pitch at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldog gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus, next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
It's springtime in Athens. Soak it all in at Marker 7 Coastal Grill. Enjoy the best deck in 5 Points with the most delicious seafood this side of St. Simon's. Marker 7 has phenomenal fried shrimp, daily fish specials, sensational seafood soups, fresh salads, delicious sides, great chicken, world-class burgers, and cold drinks. For the ultimate panoramic view of 5 Points in the corner of Lumpkin and Millage, it's a must-stop. Make the most of the springtime. Hunker down at Marker 7 Coastal Grill in the heart of 5 Points, Athens.
Helping to get you ready for the Diamond Dogs. Time for a visit with the head coach, Scott Strickland.
It's time for the Scott Strickland Show, driven by BMW. Jeff Dantzler joining Georgia's head coach. Critical game here today. Coach, a heartbreaker last night. We turned to Jonathan Cannon, and there's nobody in America we'd rather have on the mound.
Yeah, no question about it. It gives us instant momentum when you've got a guy like him on the mound against a really good lineup. Wind's blowing out, so it's going to be a challenging day. Could be a big number day, but we've seen plenty of times wind's blowing out and the pitchers just find a way to get it done. So, obviously having Jonathan Cannon on the mound makes you feel pretty good about things.
One of the best things we've done this year is win with our backs to the wall. In the SEC, we haven't been 0-2 going into that finale yet, and hopefully we can continue that trend today.
Yeah, no question about it. We bounced back, and that's what we talked about last night after the game, is we're a bounce-back team. We've had some things go wrong, and then we just turn right around, and that's being resilient, being tough, being veteran-like. Those guys, they've been in this position before, so I expect us to come out and play really well today behind Jonathan and even up the series.
Coach, of the games we've lost, the home runs and the walks, they're really crunching us and crushing us.
Yeah, well, leadoff walks last night killed us, and again, Bradfield's the guy you got to keep off base, and you just can't walk the guy. And we just had, I think we had 3, maybe 4 leadoff walks just to start an inning, and that just kill you. And especially when the wind's blowing out, you can't give free bases because there's going to be some balls that go out of the park. But, solo shots generally won't beat you, but the multi-home run will, and that's what kind of got us yesterday.
Coach, offensively, I think just about everybody's swinging the bat well. Need to get Ben going again. It's like he's getting on one, he's getting a hit, he's getting a wall. We need to get him typical Ben Anderson, where he's getting on 2 or 3 times in a game.
Well, yeah, in last night, that's nothing to do. Ben Anderson crushed 3 balls, 2 right at the left fielder, and one that I thought was gone, in the right center. So, he barreled 3 balls and made 3 outs on those. So once it leaves the barrel, you can't control it. You just got to keep hitting it hard, and that's what Ben's been doing. He certainly gets us going, and would love to see him get hot.
All right, Coach, let's get a W today, even this up.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
That's it on the Scott Strickland Show, driven by BMW around the SEC after this timeout. Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Go around the SEC. The Bulldogs falling last night 11-9. Here are the standings. Tennessee is 19-3. The Volunteers trailing Kentucky 4-2, so they're going to have to make that one up. They had weather coming in up in Lexington.
They're restarting that game at 2 o'clock, and then the next one will follow right after that.
All right, and Arkansas in second place overall, leading the West at 15-7. And what happened last night as well, there was that four-way tie for third. Both LSU and A&M won, so they remain tied for third. Auburn and Georgia both 12-10. But the deal now with Vandy at 11-11 and Georgia at 12-10, you're talking about not only the overall conference standings, the pecking order in the East, tiebreakers, and if when you're talking about the postseason potentially hosting, this series is enormous for both the Bulldogs and the Commodores.
And maybe for Vandy, and certainly for Georgia also, both of these teams next week have tough road series because we're going to Tennessee. They're going to Arkansas. So it's one of those where, hey, you win this weekend series, you know you might be playing with a little bit of house money because you're going to be the underdog next weekend.
Here's just a nugget on how tough this league is. And this year the standings do look a little bit funny. So if somebody would have told us 4 years ago that Tennessee would be 19-3 and 41-5 overall, you never would have bought it.
And you've got a dart in your neck.
You got a dart in your neck. Nobody's believing that.
That's what we would have said.
So now if Vandy wins today, this eliminates this. But since 2010, Vanderbilt, South Carolina, Florida, and Mississippi State have won 6 national championships. That is 6 of the last 11. And they've been in a combined 9 College World Series finals. None of those 4 schools have a winning record in the league. Vanderbilt's 500. The other 3 are under 500. So just to see those traditional powers, they've all still got good teams, but to see those traditional powers, there's no other league where that would even remotely be the case.
And the fact that it's so bunched up, too. And, yes, now Tennessee's way ahead, but 2 through 14, it's still out there. That means every game is so big. And Ole Miss, like you said, to see them at the bottom of the SEC West almost doesn't even make any sense. So that's just how it's gone this year.
So you've got 7 teams with between 7 and 9 wins, and then the group that Georgia's in, you've got 5 teams with between 11 and 13 wins. So you've got these different groupings here where it is tight, it is tough, and it is compacted. And every game is so important. It's a beautiful day here in Athens. DJ will have the lineups when we return for the Dogs and the Doors here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The Hilltop Grill opened the night David Green hit Michael Johnston at Auburn, sending the Dogs to the SEC title. In the years since, Hilltop has become an Athens favorite, featuring premium steak and seafood. Locally owned, the Hilltop gives you the finest in food without the hassle of downtown. With an open and covered patio, reservations available for all occasions, private parties, and a sensational Sunday brunch. Hunker down and head to the Hilltop at 2310 West Broad. Call 706-353-7667. That's 706-353-7667.
Georgia fans, college baseball is back. Rally up your friends with a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager to watch your team hit it out of the park on game day. Whether you're hanging out at the bar with your fellow dog or watching with a friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there to celebrate every strikeout. So So grab a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2021. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Baseball demons, be gone! Football demons, I rebuke thee! But critters in the attic, leave it to Breda Pest Management to get rid of those pests. Neil Hondo Williamson here in Titletown for Breda, who will seal your entire home from critters from the foundation to the roof line. And only Breda disinfects all that critter waste to give you back a clean, healthy home. The official pest control of your Georgia Bulldogs, Breda Pest Management, BREDAPest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Hey, check these out. The It family of scratches from the Georgia Lottery. If I scratch this symbol, I could double my win.
You could double it?
Or I could play this It scratcher and triple it.
Triple it?
And then this scratcher is double it or triple it.
You just said triple it.
And this one will triple it or quadruple it.
Quadruple it?
That's what I said. You need me to say it 4 times?
No, I get it. 4 scratchers. Double it, double or triple it, and triple or quadruple it. Whoa, am I losing it?
Nope, winning it.
Go get It for your chance to win up to $1 million. Play the It family of scratchers from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
The Diamond Dogs are ready.
He's at the track. He's at the wall. This ball is out of here.
It's time to play ball.
Pulls it back, bounces it up the middle. It's got eyes. It's through. Rogers is going to be waved around third.
Unbelievable timing catch by McAllister.
Harris's pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
There you go, Ben.
Bradfield's going back. This one's got a chance. Garrett Blaylock has done it again.
Now, back to the stadium.
All right, Dave and Jeff back along with you here at Foley Field, getting ready for game number 2 of this weekend's 3-game series. Before we get to the starting lineups, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. All right, Vanderbilt comes in 30-14 overall, 11-11 in the SEC after last night's 11-9 win. Leading things off will be the center fielder Enrique Bradfield, and he reached in his last 5 plate appearances last night. He ended up scoring 4 runs. By the way, the first pitch today, ceremonial first pitch, being thrown out by a couple of heroes from the 1990 College World Series championship team, Stan Payne, who started that championship game win over Oklahoma State, throwing to Georgia's catcher that year, Terry Childers.
And both made the All-College World Series team, and this is bringing back a lot of memories. Payne to Childers, strike one, and what a great start to this Saturday.
Love it. Absolutely love it. We'll be talking with them here in just a few minutes. Batting second for Vanderbilt will be the left fielder Calvin Hewitt, hitting third in right field, Spencer Jones, and batting cleanup will be the first baseman Dominic Keegan. Hitting fifth for Vandy, the catcher is Jack Bolger. Hitting sixth will be the DH Javier Vaz. Batting seventh at second base is Jonathan Vastine. Batting eighth will be the third baseman Davis Diaz. And hitting ninth will be the shortstop Carter Young. And on the mound, it'll be junior right-hander Chris McIlvain, who is having probably a better season than his record may indicate. 5-3, a 3.53 ERA. And this will be his 12th start. He does have 74 strikeouts in 58 innings. Georgia is 31-15 overall, 12-10 in the SEC, so a game better than the Commodores. Ben Anderson in center will lead things off, followed by the second baseman, Corey Acton. Hitting third, the left fielder, Connor Tate, and batting cleanup will be the first baseman, Parks Harbor. Hitting fifth, the DH, Corey Collins. Batting sixth will be the shortstop, Josh McAllister. Hitting seventh for the Bulldogs, the right fielder, Chaney Rogers. Hitting eighth for Georgia, the third baseman, Cole Tate. And batting ninth, the catcher, Fernando Gonzalez. And on the mound for the Bulldogs, it'll be junior right-hander Jonathan Cannon, who is 8-1 on the year, making his 10th start, an ERA of just above 2. Zach Neff called the balls and strikes today. The Bramer, John Bramer at first. Brian Hale at second, and Ray Gregson, last night's Home plate umpire will be at third. The head man for Vandy is Tim Corbin, and for Georgia, Scott Strickland. Those are your starting lineups, and when we come back, we'll have today's first pitch for you. The Dogs and the Commodores. Game 2 of this weekend's 3-game series right here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Titletown, baby. College football, big league baseball. This championship fever is fun. You know it's not fun? Termites. Neil Hondo Williamson here for Breda Pest Management. Not at the Hondo household, though. Our termite protection is flawless. With Breda, our home is protected from termites. Call the championship team at Breda Pest Management, the official pest control of your Georgia Bulldogs. BREDA Pest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
You're invited to the grand opening celebration at Athens Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Our new facility is officially the largest DCJR dealership in Georgia. Join us Saturday, May 14th from 11 until 3 for barbecue, bulldogs, raffles, giveaways, and more. Bring the whole family. 4147 Atlanta Highway. Check us out online at athensdcjr.com for more information. Expect more, get more at Athens Grand Opening Celebration, May 14th. Always. Based on square footage per factory facility addendum.
Georgia fans, college baseball is back. Rally up your friends with a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager to watch your team hit it out of the park on game day. Whether you're hanging out at the bar with your fellow dog or watching with a friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there to celebrate every strikeout. So grab a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2021, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Coastal Grill, located in the heart of 5 Points at the corner of Lufkin and Milledge. Best deck in Athens, best deck in the SEC. For lunch or dinner, best seafood this side of St. Simon's Island. Let us know where you're listening from. Shoot us a tweet at D Johnston UGA. You can hit us up at GBSM. That's at Georgia Bulldogs Sports Marketing. And yours truly at Jeff Dantzler TV. Big hello going out to Eric Busman. Says he's got us in live stereo right now. It's great to see Garrett Key here with Kathy and Harold cheering on the Dogs. The Fripp Dog, our buddy Richard Costigan over on the third base line with Chip Follendor. David Holt cheering on the Dogs. Our buddy Bill Shanks. And remember, you can hear us down in Middle and South Georgia, in Macon, Gray, Tifton, Fitzgerald, and Osceola on 93.1 and 98.3 and 105.9 in Warner Robins, part of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. The great Alex Goodrich is in the house today, as is the blind donkey runner, the great Larry Edwards. We've got a terrific, gorgeous afternoon for baseball with the Bulldogs and the Commodores.
Pushton Rich also in the house today. So we got a lot of folks here for this Saturday game. Boy, and this is a big one today.
It is huge.
There's your hot take.
This one just feels like it, especially with Cannon on the mound. You're doubling down. If the Dogs win today, you feel like you're on track for where you want to be. If Vanderbilt wins today, well, these two teams are tied, and all of a sudden, for Georgia, you start feeling like, all right, is the boat starting to fill up with water a little bit quicker than we're able to pail it out. But this Georgia team, I think one of the big keys, even when the Dogs have lost in league play in the opener, Georgia's been able to bounce back. We haven't been 0-2 going into a finale yet. Georgia's 5-3 in weekend openers in league play, 5-2 in game 2, is 2-5 in game 3. The crazy thing, too, about game 3 is we'll talk about this more tomorrow. First 5 finales, Georgia was giving up 15.6 runs per game. Last 2 Sundays, with Liam Sullivan on the mound, he's pitched great, and Georgia's lost 3-0 and 4-3. It's really bizarre. Well, here's Jonathan Cannon. What a year he's having, 8-1. He's tied for first in the league and wins. 2.04 ERA. That's second in the SEC. Strikeout to walk ratio is incredible. 53 Ks, 4 walks, and 57 and a third. A 179 opponent's batting average, third best in the SEC. And here's the speedster, Enrique Bradfield, and he was the difference maker last night. 4 for 5, a double, 3 steals, a walk, a ribby, and 4 runs scored. Our marker 7 first pitch at 2:02, misses down and in, and it's 1-0. Big hello to Robbie, listening in from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We're at 33 states that have dialed us in this season. There's a swing and a miss. That one diving down and away. Big JC, 6'6", 225. He wears number 12 out of Alpharetta and Centennial High School. Dogs in black and the Commodores in gold. Here's Cannon's 1-1. Bradfield squares and takes away. It's 2-1. And we have legends about to join us in the booth with the kids as well.
Hey, Stan. Good to see you.
The great Stan Payne, the great Terry Childers
Johnston,
here.
Good to see you.
Here's a pitch, tapper foul. It's 2-2. Let me get this mic going. Well, guys, Terry, you jump up here first. Did it feel like old times catching Mr. Payne again?
It did. He cut one loose. I was a little surprised. You might have to ice up for a while.
Let's get Cannon's 2-2 pitch. These are two of the premier players in all of college baseball as Cannon rocks and fires. This is popped up. That's a good start. Anderson in shallow center will come on, camp under, and make the catch for out number 1, and that'll bring up Hewitt. Lefty, any pressure on you to go from the rubber today?
It was, and Terry's the one that talked me into it, so I definitely will go get ice after this.
It is unbelievable now that it was 30.
How many warm-up pitches did you throw before?
3.
Oh, just 3?
3.
The same number of pitchers we used in the College World Series that year.
No coincidence.
How about that?
I love it.
Yes.
Hewitt standing in. And I know you guys come back to a lot of games. It's got to feel great to get back here at Foley Field and think about the old memories.
Man, what unbelievable memories.
Hewitt lifts this one out into right. And, boy, a late start on that one. That's going to drop for a bloop single. I don't know if the wind got a hold of that one, if we misjudged it or what, but Hewitt's aboard, and that'll bring up the dangerous Spencer Jones. But, yeah, just being back here at Foley, special memories, I know.
No better feeling.
Terry, how about for you, my friend?
Yeah, it's always good to come back here and see all the changes and improvements. And I was telling my stepson Jackson on the way here, I said, in 1990, we were renovating the stadium, and look at it today. It's absolutely beautiful.
And Josh Brooks will tell you there's more to come here. Now, let's talk about the kids with us here. Stan?
Ava Grace, my youngest daughter.
Okay. And Jackson is here as well.
Jackson's 11, and he's a good ball player himself. So,
well, you got the genes, that's for sure, with you guys. Here's a pitch to Jones. This guy was putting on a display in BP. That misses away, and it's 1-0.
Terry, and are you in Augusta?
I am.
Okay, you're in Augusta. Staying still in Athens.
Still here.
Have been the whole time.
Yep.
And I know it's not your son. A lot of people say, "Oh, Will, that's your nephew." And I know be excited to get him back, and hated that he got hurt earlier.
So
this
1-0
year.
misses the 2-0 count.
Yeah, just heartbreaking. I mean, I was at the game at SRP Park, and the first inning he came in, he's pumping at mid-90s, and then to have that reoccur, just heartbreaking for him. So I'm hoping he can rehab and come back and keep going.
It's a 2-0 count here to Jones, who put on a display in batting practice. The big lefty rakes this one deep and foul down the right field line. Stan, what's going on with all these arm injuries these days around baseball?
I have no idea. It's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary to see, and it's unfortunate. I mean, Coach Strickland for, 7 years? Every year he's getting bit by that injury bug.
Yep.
And I don't know. I'd love to see something done if it could, but who knows?
And it's universal.
It is.
Yeah.
Here's Cannon's 2-1 pitch. This is hit towards short. Snared by J-Mac. Throw to first. Close. Got him. Line him out. 6-3 on the double play.
That's a Dos Equis double play.
He tasted mighty sweet right about now. No runs a hit, no errors, and none left. Dogs flashing the leather. As we head to the bottom of the first, Stan and Terry will hang with us
hang
here.
on.
It's Vandy nothing, and the Dogs coming to the plate here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Missing the sounds of the game? Bring them back with the latest in hearing aid technology from Innovative Audiology. We offer accessible pricing and individualized care in an elegant and thoughtful setting. Located at 2005 South Village, we are the first in the Athens area to offer cutting-edge hearing testing without using a sound booth. Want to hit a home run with hearing? Come see Dr. Jennifer Dubberly. Call Innovative Audiology today at 706-850-3691 or visit us online at innovativeaudiology.com. We'll knock it out of the park.
Hey, check these out. The It family of scratches from the Georgia Lottery. If I scratch this symbol, I could double my win.
You could double it?
Or I could play this It scratcher and triple it.
Triple it?
And then this scratcher is double it or triple it.
You just said triple it.
And this one will triple it or quadruple it.
Quadruple it?
That's what I said. You need me to say it 4 times?
No, I get it. 4 scratchers. Double it, triple it, double or triple it, and triple or quadruple it. Whoa, am I losing it?
Nope, winning it.
Go get it for your chance to win up to $1 million. Play the It family of scratchers from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
Chris McAway on the hill, 5-3 with a 3.53 ERA. He has struck out 74 and walked 27 and 58 2/3, a 190 opponent's batting average. Anderson, Acton, and Tate do. Guys, that'll take you back to your playing days. Of course, that great national championship season. I think one thing, a common trait you see, and I've been proud of this team this year, we haven't been down 0-2 going into Game 3 yet. So talk about that ability to bounce back. It's baseball. You're going to have tough things happen. Hard loss last night. Just how important that bounce back ability is.
Man, resiliency is everything with baseball. Obviously, getting that first of everything is big. But to your point, they've had a great year thus far. It looks like the cards could be lining up. Get the pitching staff back healthy before the end, and this team could do something special.
Well, it's like what these guys did at the end of the season. Don't want to bring up Baton Rouge, but that wasn't a great weekend. Then the SEC tournament, I think, was 2 and out. And all of a sudden, you guys just get hot at the right time.
That's it. We got hot at the right time, and just, our pitching was phenomenal. As you said, we only used really 3 pitchers once we got to the postseason. And we just rode those guys and had a lot of timely hitting, and it was just a lot of fun.
We're talking about the bounce back ability. It's great to see, too. Let's say if a pitcher makes a bad pitch, you turn that double play. If a guy who's been going good has a tough play, has a tough day at the plate, have your teammates pick each other up.
Jeff, that's huge. With having Terry back in 1990 and the next 2 years, having a teammate
Anderson
that
hits
you can
this one
trust.
deep out into left center. Bradfield going to make that catch, 1 down.
But having a teammate that you can trust, I think in 3 years, I think I shook Terry off 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, I had a special group of pitchers. Stan was one. We had Dave Fleming, Mike Reben. I mean, these guys were just gamers. I mean, they came right at you. They threw strikes. So it was very easy for me to catch them, and we were all good friends, off the field as well.
I think one of the things, too, is Corey Acton stands in and takes a fastball low to make it 1-0. There was great balance in the classes, too. You were a freshman, you were a sophomore, but the veterans, Brian Jester, Doug Rajevitz, J.R. Showalter, Fleming, Reben, you got contributions from top to bottom.
JD, with a team like that, we had 3. There were 3 of us, myself, Ray Suplee, Tracy Wilds. All we had to do was play a role. Those guys led, and we followed, and it was amazing.
There's a bounce out to short for out number 2, 6-3. And Terry, you talk about that veteran leadership on that team, especially with you being one of the quote-unquote younger guys.
Well, thankfully, I had Roger Miller to learn from.
He was
my
a pretty good
year,
one.
And Roger really helped me a lot, and I'm really thankful to him. But that group, everybody knew their roles. The team chemistry on that team was unlike any team I'd ever been on. We just gelled, and everybody, truly loved each other and pulled for each other. And so to win it all was just really, truly special.
Here's Connor Tate having a great year, talking with 2 great Georgia baseball legends, Stan Payne and Terry Childers.
Still remember the play at the plate that was the big defensive play of the game.
Yeah,
you think about that a lot?
I think about the one about 2 weeks earlier. We were playing in the regional, and the fullback for Rutgers was on second base. And literally, he knocked me out. I mean, literally at home plate. And of course, I didn't hold on to the ball. So to have that play in the national championship game again, it was nothing like that play, believe me. But it was nice to be able to hold on to that one in a 2-1 ball game.
Pitch to Tate in there for a strike. And I know Stanfy, obviously being the winning pitcher and having Fleming behind you, growing up a Georgia fan here in Athens, dream come true.
Dream come true. That 1987 team. That tradition, that we didn't play for ourselves. We played for the tradition. We played for each other, and thank God it all worked out.
There's a bouncer to third, thrown to first in time from Davis. That'll retire the Seidel gentleman. It's always great to see you. And as lifelong Bulldog fans, thank you for all you've done, and real proud of you both, Stan Payne and Terry Childers.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us. Go Dogs.
All
Go
right,
Dogs.
that's 2 all-time
Appreciate
greats.
y'all.
You guys enjoy there. Stan Payne and Terry Childers. DJ, no way. That was 32 years
Unbelievable.
ago.
By the way, they both still look like they could suit it up,
They
too.
certainly do, and I was proud of Stan from going from the rubber.
Absolutely.
3 up and 3 down go the Dogs. We are scoreless heading to the second. George and Vandy here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont. Real change lives here.
Get ready for the first pitch at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldog gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus, next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
We are scoreless. Headed to the second. It'll be Keegan, Bolger, and Baz due up for the Commodores against Jonathan Cannon. And, man, great to see Stan Payne and Terry Childers here today.
That was a fun time back in 1990 in that College World Series. And what we'd said was Georgia only used 3 pitchers, not in that game, for the entire College World Series.
Pitch misses downstairs. Yeah, Reben was the MVP. He and Dave Fleming were just throwing complete games against Stanford and Mississippi State, and then Stan got the start as a true freshman, and Fleming finished it off. Here's a 1-0 to Keegan. This guy's a big-time hitter. The pitch misses low.
And I believe that was the first year that they had changed it up where there was a championship game. Georgia had a loss. Oklahoma State did not, but it didn't matter. It was a championship game. Stan started with 6 innings, and then Fleming came on and finished it.
2-0, called a strike in or half. I wish that would have been the case in 2008, by the way.
Yeah.
It was just one game as we won the first one there. But that was something special. It's that run. And that was just Georgia's 3rd ever NCAA tournament. As this is chopped up the line at third, it's going to bounce foul. But the 87 team had really set the tone, making it to the World Series. That was a great, great team. And in 1990, those seniors got a taste of that from 87. Thinking about guys like Brian Jester and Mike Reben, and to pull out the national championship. It's just incredible. First SEC team to win it. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes count. The pitch to Keegan, chopped towards third, charging. Colonel, 1 pump, on to first, 1 away. I like Cole getting some early action over there at third.
I do too. Ball didn't really find him last night.
No.
So it might be one of these where he gets several chances today. Hey, a big shout out to our buddy and the great Sanders Hickey, who is listening to us out in Arizona this afternoon. So thank you very much, Sanders. We love you. Can't wait to see you again.
All right, we got Jake and Trey over there at tennis. They're listening to us and trying to pull the women's tennis team through. Men's tennis team plays afterwards. The pitch to Bolger is in there for a strike. It's 0-1.
Also a shout out to our buddy John McKay, the blind donkey runner who's here in the stadium today. And we want to say hello to John, who's over on the first base side.
He's a famous podcaster.
That's right.
0-1, just misses inside. Christy Segan listening in out in Austin, Texas. Our man Cliff Cowley with a butte. Stick to it, dogs. So you dust those Vandy boys. Dogs baseball, Eric on the road, but got us dialed in. Thank you very much. 1-1 pitch. Hit sharply into center, but right at Ben Anderson. He'll pull it in. 2 away. Thank you to Scott down in Panama City, Florida. Steve Swinehart Lump Dog listening in out in Columbus. And, of course, RDU Dog dialed in. Said he's going to try and feel good with a Georgia win before he loses money on the Derby later today.
Well, that's right. That's today.
Yes, sir. That'll bring up the left-hand hitting Javier Vaz. And, DJ, what a game he had last night. Here's the pitch. Misses inside. He had a home run in the second. That got
I think
the
that home run,
going.
yeah, that sent a little message that they'd gotten 2 hit Tuesday night against Louisville. They weren't going to do that last night.
No doubt about it. Cannon's 1-0. Just misses outside. 2-0 the count. Bit of a tight zone thus far. Zach Neff, our home plate umpire. Vaz's average at 270, 4 homers, 22 RBIs. He was 3 for 5 with a homer and a double last night. 2-0. Just misses away. 3-0. Cannon has walked only 4 this year. One of those was intentional. His numbers exceptional. Third baseman Tate's even with the bag. 3-0 pitch. Called strikeout or half. In the league, Georgia's minus 12 in the home run department. Been out homered 37-25. Minus 36 in the walk department. 116-80. Got to flip those scripts for the home stretch. Cannon. The tremendous junior right-hander. Gonzo through the signs. The 3-1 to Vaz. Called strikeout in the inner half, and a payoff pitch is due. And Cannon is the total package. Father was a basketball player at Presbyterian. Grandfather played baseball for the legendary Bill Wilhelm at Clemson. 3-2 the count to Vaz. Righty on lefty. Here's Cannon's payoff. Ball 4 downstairs, and that is just the 5th walk allowed by Cannon all season. And that'll bring up Vastine, who came on to play second base for an injured Tate Colwick, who hurt his wrist last night diving for a ball. And again, last night's game, Vandy would go up 3, George would pull within 1. Vandy would go up 4, George would pull within 1. Vandy would go up 2, George would pull within 1. Never could catch him after the second, though. Vastine batting just 171 on the year, takes a strike. And in fact, we looked at it, there were 6 innings, and we're not talking about a 2-1 game, it's 11-9. There were 6 innings where the two teams scored the same number of runs. In an 11-9 game, the odds of that, slim. Cannon right on left, the 0-1. Bounce foul, first base side.
Well, every game has its own personality. Last night was one of those that had multiple personalities.
Sybil.
Yeah, it was an interesting game.
Just couldn't catch him. It's nuts. Well, it had the bases loaded with 1 out in the 8th, and Vandy's closer, Thomas Schultz, came in and slammed the door. Face 5, retired 5. Quick throw over to chase back the runner, Vaz. Vanderbilt likes to run. Now, it's primarily Bradfield, who's 31 for 31. Vandy was 5 for 5 last night. Bradfield stole 3 bases, and they executed a double steal. Vaz off to a pretty good lead. He's 4 for 5 running. Cannon, another throw over to chase him back.
Harriet from the Beauville listening in. Thank you, Harriet.
That is Bogart and Winterville, correct? Beauville?
The Beauville is halfway between Bogart and Winterville.
Love it. Thank you.
Or, excuse me, Watkinsville.
Watkinsville.
Sorry, Watkinsville.
Okay, my mistake. From the belt. Here's a 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with some rising inside heat. First K for Cannon, annoyed by the rare free pass. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. To the bottom of the second we go. Hey, let's get some runs. Let's get a lead here, dogs. No score. Dogs and Doors on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The ping of the bat, the slap of the glove, and the dudes that deliver.
College Sports Now is where you can queue up the most front-burning pieces of news and nuggets in the world of college baseball.
Hit for the cycle with us, Kyle Schasberger, David Kahn, and Michael Serber, as we deliver the goods and have some fun covering the good, the bad, and the ugly on the diamond.
Take College Sports Now with you as we journey towards Omaha.
Wherever you podcast.
Just search College Sports Now.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
Collins and McAllister do for the Dogs against Chris McElwain, the Commodore right-hander. He's got some golden blonde locks, 5-3, a 3.53 ERA. His strikeout to walk ratio 74 to 27, down 59 2/3. Opponent's batting average 190 coming in, so it's down a bit. Parks Harbor's hit safely in 4 straight. He's been Georgia's hottest hitter this last month.
Plus, he's got great walk-up music as well.
You got that right. Dogs in the black today. Doors in the gold. Righty on righty. Here's a pitch. Harbor hits this one sharply, and it's booted on a backhand at third by Diaz. Harbor will stop at first. That'll likely be at E5. It is, and Georgia has a leadoff man aboard.
McElwain last week, they went Thursday, Friday, Saturday in their series against Texas A&M, so he actually pitched in the first game last week, so he's had an extra day. And tough luck loss as he allowed 2 runs in 5 innings. A&M ended up winning that game 5-1. That was good matchup there, Detmer and McElwain. Of course, Detmer was really good.
2 really good. I think Detmer, he's been right there with Cannon over the last 5 weeks. As this is raked out into right field by Collins and a diving catch by Jones in right. Excellent play. Well, that's tough luck. But I think Detmer, he really got going here in Athens, but through the back end of April and here into May, DJ, I think he's right there with Cannon as one of the top 2 aces
Absolutely.
in the league.
He might be 1 and 2 in the league.
Here's J Mack, who's batting .289 on the year.
Tennessee's got 3 or 4 pitchers that
don't
might say, hey, we're over here.
Outside of them. McAllister homered last night, his 4th of the year. Right on right. Here's the pitch. It's a strike on the outer half.
Keep an eye on that Tennessee-Kentucky game. They started back when we started our game. Bottom of the 8th, 5-2 Kentucky, now top of the 9th.
Wow.
And that's in Lexington.
From the letters, here's the 0-1. McAllister lifts this one into center. Bradfield. 2 down. Don't want to hit it in the air in the vicinity of Enrique Bradfield. It will be caught.
He could almost be like the Kelly Leak of the Vanderbilt outfield if they needed him. Need me to play left center, right center, and center? I got you.
All of it. Well, got the leadoff man on. The diving catch by Jones off the bat of Collins, and McAllister flying out to Bradfield. Chain Gang was 2 for 4 with a couple of other way signals last night. Right on left. That misses down and in. He got a base hit against the shift through the 6 hole and also had an infield single hit to the shortstop Young. A little bit of room in right center. Thank you to Jack and Nancy Waldrop. Big Dog fans got us dialed in. Want to know the count right on left. This is hit high and deep out into right field. This has got a chance. Jones is going back. He's looking up. It's off the top of the wall. Harbor is being waved around third. He's going to score. The Chain Gang with a 2-out RBI double, and the Dogs draw first blood.
Rogers' 6th double of the year, his 28th RBI. How did that not get out of here?
Off the very top of the wall. Glad to have that run in, but man, oh man, DJ, inches from being 2-0.
Inches from being 2-0, and we'll see if Cole Tate comes through here. Hey, we got the lead for the first time this weekend.
You got that right. Let's see if the Colonel can extend it. Cole was 1 for 3. First game back. He missed 3 straight weeks. He's missed 4 SEC weekends this year. He takes outside. It's 1-0. The Piedmont Healthcare injury report. Great to have the Colonel back. Luke Wagner injured his non-throwing shoulder last night. Hopefully he's back for Birmingham. Here's the 1-0. Tate hits this one sharply towards short. Backhanded by Young. The throw. It's low. It's close. He's out. Colonel just not at full speed. 6-3. Nice play there by Carter Young. He saved a run. Well, the Dogs get one on one hit. There was one error and one runner left, and that's an inning where Georgia said, boy, we should have had another one. And Vandy said, well, because of that error, we should have been out of there unscathed.
Exactly. The unearned run for the Bulldogs. We'll take it, though. First lead of the weekend.
1-1, 1-1. One run, one hit, one error, one left, through two. Georgia 1, Vandy nothing. All right, JC, you got your lead.
There's your run.
Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
Georgia fans, college baseball is back. Rally up your friends with a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager to watch your team hit it out of the park on game day. Whether you're hanging out at the bar with your fellow dog or watching with a friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there to celebrate every strikeout. So grab a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2021, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
On top, 1-0. DJ told you, first lead of the weekend. We were scoreless after one last night. It was 1-1 after two last night. Then Vandy went up 4-1, and it was 4-3. Then it was 5-3. Then it was 8-4. Then it was 8-7. Then it was 9-7. Then it was 9-8. So on and so forth until Vandy won 11-9. Here's Davis Diaz, 8-hole hitter. Commodore's third baseman takes strike one. Great to be with you here at the ballpark. Wind blowing out. Grandstands about 80% filled in. And the wind has really kicked up. I bet that's fun next door as the pitch misses downstairs at the Dan McGill Tennis Complex. Well, this kind of wind, that could even affect your service toss.
Oh, yeah.
Cannon. Here's 1-1. Just misses inside. Boy, it's a tight zone.
Jeff, I understand you got to see the great Franklin this morning, and he is checking in with us.
Got some kisses from Franklin, and I hope that's our good luck charm. Here's a pitch. That's a strike on the outer half. 2-2 the count. Big hello going out to Chris Welton, one of the stars of the 1980 national champions, listening in out on his farm in West Georgia. 2-2 misses down and away, and it's now 3-2 to Diaz. He's one of those guys, DJ, with two last names.
That's right. That's right. But it's not Diaz-Davis. It's Davis-Diaz.
Whichever you prefer. The great Harry Carey. Here's a 3-2. There's a comebacker. That's going to be backhanded by Acton. Jump throw to first, safe. Infield single. So Diaz aboard. Vandy's had a base runner in all three innings.
Their bottom third of the order last night only got one hit. There were a couple of walks. But their dudes were dudes last night.
Their dudes were dudes.
Yeah.
You talk about Bradfield, Jones, and Keegan. And then Vaz was the X factor. And here's Carter Young, the shortstop. He was 0 for 5 with 3 Ks in from the left side. I'm guessing he's going to be bunting. If he is, just make sure to get an out. Here's a pitch. He squares, bunts back towards the mound. Maybe a play at second. Cannon get a throw to first. It's a wide throw, and he's safe. Now, Parks is saying he stayed on the bag, But JC got loose with the throw.
Thought he was going to go to second.
I did too.
I think he had him there.
And they're going to replay this. Boy, oh boy, this is just one of those quote-unquote little things that can turn into a big thing.
I think Harbor did a good job of straddling the bag. Hopefully we'll get some good news on the replay, but they are going to check it out.
Boy, and if he is indeed safe still, now you're talking about Bradfield at the plate with nobody out. My goodness. I'm like you. I thought Jonathan Cannon was going to fire to second, and I don't know, maybe J-Mac and he just didn't quite have it going, and he just got loose and lobbed it over to first. And Parks, well, they've stopped it.
He's out.
He's out.
Yeah.
He's got his foot on the bag. He's out. It looks like that to me, at least. And we need to get a call via replay. It's been a while since we've gotten some good news. I think he definitely looked out there. But again, sometimes we've seen some definites that are still ruled the other way. Yet he's out. So that's a sacrifice 1-3. And again, I know for Jonathan, he's saying, oh my gosh, he just got a little loose with that one. And by the way, Scott Strickland and the first base umpire, John Bramer, exchanging some words here. And he'll be on the dish tomorrow. Just keep that in mind. All right, here's Bradfield. And this is one where Vandy's saying, oh, the options. He could lay one down. Well, the Dogs got him in his first AB last night. Then he reached in his next 5 trips. 3 singles, a walk, and a double. Takes down and in here. It's 1-0.
It's a final in Lexington. The Wildcats have beaten Tennessee 5-2, so they have clinched the series.
Fall to 19-4 in league play. Kentucky 9-14, and that's huge in that 12th place shuffle.
Game 3 of that series coming up at 3 o'clock.
Cannon right on left. Here's the pitch. Over but low. It's 2-0. Hewitt waiting on deck. I think Jonathan's been behind 2-0 so far in this game more than he has been all season. And it's been a tight zone there for Zach Neff, our home plate umpire.
4th time of 10 batters he's been behind 2-0.
This pitch right down Main Street, strike 1.
Although he did get Bradfield to do something we like. Bradfield hit the ball in the air.
Please keep doing
fly
that.
Ball.
Thank you to Rod from Las Vegas tweeting us in. Cannon, the 2-1. Just misses away. And again, that's one, if that pitch is not going to be called a strike, it's going to be tough. And that goes both ways. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. Again, you're talking about a guy who had only given up 4 walks on the season. Here's the 3-1. This is hit sharply into center. It's a base hit. Diaz had to hold up, and he will be held at third. So they're runners on the corners. And, you know, Bradfield's about to be running. And I think that's one of those, when you talk about the frustration with the borderline pitches, Coach Kitty and I talked about this last week, you know, towards umpires, it's look at this guy's numbers. He's not walking people. So if he's consistently behind 2-0, maybe he's off, but maybe that zone's a little tight. And Georgia's had one umpire work 2 games behind the plate, and the final scores have been 13-9 and 11-9. Throw strikes, call strikes. Here's Hewitt, who singled back in the first. Runners on the corners, 1 out, time called. Bradfield's 31 for 31. He was 3 for 3 last night. Dr. Reefstack, huge Cardinals fan. There goes Bradfield. The pitch, a strike, a bluff to second. He's 32 for 32. Dr. Reefstack says, are we sure Bradfield is not Willie McGee?
Yeah, he plays just like him.
He's great.
And the question was going to be not if he goes, but when he goes, do you throw to second? And
no,
Georgia did not.
Bang, bang play at second last night, probably the closest he's been. So now a base hit gives Vandy the lead. Cannon's 0-1 offering. Pop foul straight back and out of play.
How about an empty AB right here?
Oh, that'd be huge. Now, this is one of those at 0-2. Jonathan lives around 93, 94, but if he does need to dial it up,
he can.
Get up in the mid to upper 90s. Let's see if he does right here. 0-2 to Hewitt. Runners at second and third with one out. Doors at the plate. Top of the third. Dogs with a 1-0 lead. Right on right. Here's the pitch. Bouncer towards third. Tate gonna glove, run, gonna score. On to first in time, 5-3 on a chop out, and it's 1-1. Good job by Hewitt putting that one in play. Diaz in to score. Bradfield over to third, and here's Spencer Jones. Mentioned this earlier. He was putting on a display in batting practice. I mean, hitting bombs out to right center field, and the wind is blowing out.
And remember, Jones lined into that double play in the first inning to end the inning, but he hit it hard.
Right on the nose. A righty against the lefty. Bradfield's a third of the way down the line at third. Cannon's pitch. Sent foul, straight back and out of play. Jones 6'7", 225. What blew us away looking at the numbers, he's got great wheels as well. 8 out of 9 in the stolen base department. Jones wears number 34. It's a junior out of Encinitas, California. Cannon, the 0-1. Just misses inside. Ball in the strike count. Here's a hot take. The scouts really like him.
Boy, we've already dropped a couple of hot takes already here during this broadcast.
That's all we do. Drop knowledge. 1-1 to Jones with Bradfield at third. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1-2 the count.
That was that cutter.
Nasty. And that's the extra weapon to the lefties.
Yep.
All right, it's a ball and 2 strikes to Spencer Jones. Vandy's tied it up here in the third. The speedy Bradfield, the runner at third. 2 down. Cannon at the belt. Righty on lefty. Here's the pitch. Hit high out into left center. That's going to drop in for a base hit. The Doors are in front, 2-1. An RBI single for Jones. Again going the other way. And he is now driven in 39 on the year.
And not trying to do anything fancy at all. And now Vandy has retaken the lead.
Here's the deal, too. It was an infield single to start the inning. If the bottom of this order gets on, they're probably going to score.
Yep.
Because their 1 through 5 is as good as anybody's, especially 1 through 4. And here's Keegan. He bounced to third to start the second. And how did Rogers' ball not get out of here? The pitch. Hit high and deep into center. This ball is over the batter's eye, and Vandy is smoking Georgia 4-1. That ball was pounded by Keegan, and the SEC's second leading hitter has now driven in 5 runs in this series.
Like you said, over the batter's eye in straightaway center field. Ben Anderson, as soon as that ball left the bat, he didn't even move.
And Vanderbilt, now through, 11 2/3 innings, has scored 15 runs against Georgia. Wow. Here's Bolger, and the home run differential is just glaring. Cannon, right on right with Bolger standing in. Here's a pitch. Called a strikeout or half. The Dogs in SEC play have now been out-homered 38-25.
4th home run allowed by Cannon this year. 3rd in the conference.
JC, the 0-1. This is lifted out into center. Here comes Anderson. He's going to make the catch to retire the side. The Doors explode. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors, none left. To the bottom of the third we go. Georgia's in a hole again. 4-1 Vandy on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Baseball demons, be gone. Football demons, I rebuke thee. But critters in the attic, leave it to Breda Pest Management to get rid of those pests. Neil Hondo Williamson here in Titletown for Breda, who will seal your entire home from critters from the foundation to the roof line. And only Breda disinfects all that critter waste to give you back a clean, healthy home. The official pest control of your Georgia Bulldogs, Breda Pest Management, BREDAPest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
It's springtime in Athens. Soak it all in at Marker 7 Coastal Grill. Enjoy the best deck in 5 Points with the most delicious seafood this side of St. Simon's. Marker 7 has phenomenal fried shrimp, daily fish specials, sensational seafood soups, fresh salads, delicious sides, great chicken, world-class burgers, and cold drinks. For the ultimate panoramic view of 5 Points at the corner of Lumpkin and Millage, it's a must-stop. Make the most of the springtime. Hunker down at Marker 7 Coastal Grill in the heart of 5 Points, Athens.
That was a kick in the teeth. Vandy hangs 4 on the Dogs in the third, and the Dores have a 4-1 lead. Georgia with Gonzo, Anderson, and Acton. Hitters 9-1 and 2 due against Chris McElwain, and he has not thrown many pitches, 15 to be exact. So Georgia attacking early in the count, which makes what's been a tight zone here tonight. It hadn't been near as big a deal the other way, because Georgia just hadn't been taking many pitches. We've sent 8 batters to the plate and seen 15 pitches. Allen goes, that might be one of the top 5 long home runs seen here, and I agree. And the thing, too, for a great arm like Cannon, if it's coming in hot, if you do square it up, it's leaving hard and fast. Gonzo takes down and away.
And got it up in the jet stream, too.
Yes, the wind certainly did help, but that was a bomb from Keegan, and he doesn't need to see too many more pitches this weekend. 1-0, misses down and away. 2-0. We need to be patient here and get some base runners. But if Georgia can't match the home run tally, Georgia's not going to win. We're 16-0 when not allowing a homer. Here's a 2-0. Ball 3 down and away. But really, DJ, going back to the A&M series, I mean, Georgia's just been drastically out-homered, with the exception of last Saturday in Baton Rouge.
And Georgia won that game.
Out-homered LSU 6-3 and won the game 12-7. The 3-0. There's ball 4. There's a good start to the Georgia third. And I still don't know how Rogers' ball didn't get out of here. One of the big moments there, just the play, even though Georgia got the out with the second hitter. Dogs don't go to second there, though, DJ. It was an odd play on the bunt.
And it looked like Cannon was going to go to second. I think Georgia might have even had a chance to turn 2 on that as the ball got back to him pretty fast. Then he decided to just go to first and get 1. I mean, that was even a little clunky.
Anderson takes a strike on the inner half. Again, got to get Ben going. Addressed that with Coach Strickle before the game, and he mentioned rightly that Ben hit a couple of rockets last night, but he's at his best hitting line drives, hitting it on the ground. He flew to center to start the first. Gonzo's aboard at first. Here's a pitch. That sails high, and that goes over the glove of Bulger right off the top. So Gonzo down to second on the wild pitch. Well, got to at least get him home.
That's what we were saying last night.
I know.
Same kind of thing. Except it was 3 runs in the third for them instead of 4.
Well, last night, in my book, was the most heartbreaking loss of the season. I thought it was way worse than this past Sunday at LSU. From the letters, here's the 1-1. Anderson takes a strike. It's 1-2. Kind of felt like you were playing with some house money last Sunday. McElwain's got a 4-1 lead. Anderson's at the plate. Gonzalez is at second with nobody out here in the bottom half of the third inning. Right on left. The 1-2. Hit sharply towards third. That's under the glove of Diaz into left. Gonzo have to hold it third. And Georgia has runners on the corners. That's going to be another E5. Got to cash in on this, Coach.
Diaz is having a rough day in the field, and you're right. Now you got first and third, nobody out. Certainly, you got to make them pay here.
An error, a wild pitch, and a walk in the inning. And the 2-hole hitter, Corey Acton, standing in. Acton hitting .266 on the year. 3 home runs, 24 RBIs. He was 1 out of 5 last night with a ribby and a run scored. Now you feel like you got to get at least 2 here as Vanderbilt has a 4-1 lead. Bottom of the third. And these guys can swing it. Right on left. Here's the pitch. This is bounced towards third. Diaz bobbles it again. Still a play at first. Acted safe, and the bases are loaded.
Third error in 3 innings now for Diaz, and an error on back-to-back plays.
And this is going to bring a visit from the Vanderbilt dugout as Connor Tate comes to the plate. And this game, its importance is so obvious in the standings with the momentum, you name it. And now, Dave, this is a huge point, not only in this game, not only in this series. This is a huge point in this season right now for Georgia.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Big moment here. So Parker Nolan, I think, is their third baseman against left-handed pitching. So you wonder if they get to a point where they might have to think of something else here.
Mm-hmm. Well, Georgia was 11-6 in the SEC after winning the first 2 games at Alabama. Since then, the Dogs have dropped 4 out of 5 in league play. Losing that finale, dropping 2 out of 3 in Baton Rouge, losing last night. Got to turn this thing back around. It's been a heck of a season. Let's see if Connor Tate can recharge things. Bases loaded, nobody out. 2 errors, a walk, and a wild pitch in the inning. The con man dig it in. He was 4 for 5 last night with a pair of doubles. McElwain at the letters. Here's the pitch. That misses away. It's 1-0.
So a walk to the number 9 hitter, a wild pitch, and back-to-back errors. This inning couldn't be going any worse for Vandy.
Except Georgia hasn't
scored yet. I was just going to say, so now Georgia's got to take advantage of it.
Because those balls have been hit to third, so Gonzo's had to hold up. Here's a 1-0. Tate swing and a miss. That one at the shoe tops, 1-1.
Bottom just fell out of that one.
And by the way, Georgia was 0 for 3 with the bases loaded last night. And in an 11-9 game, that is a difference maker.
Guess there was an RBI in there. Is that right?
Yeah, but bounce out to short.
Yeah.
But Georgia's
that was it.
Best chance to win last night was in the 8th. Here's the 1-1. That misses high, but Schultz, with the Dogs down 10-9, bases loaded, 1 out. Schultz came on and got a strikeout, then a fly out. Vandy got an insurance run, and he then got the Dogs in order in the 9th. It's 4-1 Vanderbilt. Georgia with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the bottom of the third. McElwain looking in, righty against righty. Connor Tate hitting .350 on the year. 8 homers, 44 ribbies. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Nasty slider there.
Same pitch as the second one that McElwain threw to Connor.
And here for Connor, you don't have to try and do too much. Let's at least get Gonzo home here. Dogs are down by 3. The bases are loaded. There's nobody out. Tate, Georgia's leading hitter at the plate. McElwain, righty on righty from the letters. Here's a pitch. That one's in the dirt. It's 3-2. Good stop there by the catcher, Bolger. The runner at third, Gonzalez. Anderson, the runner at second. Acton, the runner at first.
Every pitch is just so big.
You can just feel it in the pit of your stomach. It's a 3-2 count to number 23, Connor Tate. McElwain, the righty, looks in. Tate, the righty, slightly open stance. From the letters, a payoff pitch. Hit foul out on the Pinecrest first base side.
Threw him that slider again, and he fought it off.
Well, that was Schultz' nasty pitch last night. And, well, a great job out of the bullpen by Maldonado. George was able to get to him late, but he protected the scoreboard. They really work with that slider, righty on righty. A second payoff due Tate. Bases loaded, nobody out. Dogs down 4-1. From the letters of 3-2. Hit foul again, first base side.
Came at him with a fastball there. And again, Connor doing a great job of fighting off pitches. You know, we always like to say, hey, the other team, the other boys, they're on scholarship too. And in this case, the other team's got better scholarships.
They are really on scholarships.
Yes.
That's a deep dive. It's a 4-1 Commodore lead.
Shouldn't have brought that up right now.
Bottom of the third, bases loaded, nobody out. McElwain, the 3-2 to Tate. Hit foul again, first base side. What a battle this is.
This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
A 4-3-2. Tate takes a little stroll. He's from just down the road in Oconee High School. Bishop GA, nicknamed the Bishop Bomber. Got his 100th career RBI last night. McElwain looking in from the letters. The 3-2. Missed downstairs. He walked him. That makes it 4-2.
They appealed down to first. If John Bramer had rung up Tate, we would have seen Coach Strickland thrown out of the game.
Yes, because it was barely even a move off the shoulders. So Conman gets his 45th RBI of the season, 102nd of his career. Gonzo scores, Anderson to third, Acton to second. Now, DJ, you feel like after last night, we got to at least tie this game right now, as Vandy now leads at 4-2. Parks Harbor dig it in. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. 0-1. Don't try and do too much here. To at least get one in. Harbor reached on a Diaz error to start the second and came around to score on the Chain Gang's double. Right on right, the 0-1. Missed high, 1-1. And again, how Rogers' ball did not get out of the yard, I don't know. Bases loaded, nobody out. A run in. Georgia trailing Vanderbilt 4-2 here, the bottom of the third. McElwain right on right. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Harbor taking aim for Adderhold Hall. We talk about this a lot. There's certainly that hero complex. You'd love to hit it out of the yard, but love for Parks to just at least get one in here. He's driven in 43 this year. 1-2. Chases one, shoulder high. Strike three swinging.
Boy, and all of a sudden, McElwain comes up with 3 of his best pitches of the afternoon.
And that'll bring up Corey Collins, who lined to right. There's still a long way to go in this game, but the way last night went, well, you just feel like if the Dogs don't catch him here with all the freebies they've given Georgia, that's going to pump McElwain up and take a lot of the wind out of Georgia's sails.
Well, Corey's been warming up. Let's see if he's got something in him here.
Righty on lefty, the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
Boy, that slider is just nasty.
It's wicked. You just hate it, too. Parks has been great for Georgia, hottest hitter over the last month. And McElwain gets the empty AB. That is clutch. The runner at third, Anderson. Acton's a runner at second. Tate's at first. Righty on lefty, McElwain. From the letters, righty deals. Misses inside. 1-1 to the lefty. Collins. CC hitting 279, 10 homers, 33 RBIs. He hit a long foul ball out on the Kudzu Hill in the second inning last night. McElwain looking in. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Chase the change. Corey now hitting below 200 in league play. He's got to get him going again. That's when that power stroke is there. He is a tremendous presence. Talented sophomore out of North Gwinnett. McElwain from the letters. The 1-2. It missed low. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike three swinging. That is back-to-back Ks. And now the momentum back to the doors with J-Mac standing in.
Well, we talk about this a lot, too, when you're in a situation like McElwain is and you get a couple of big outs. Sometimes there's that little bit of a tendency to relax. So let's see if that might be something working in Georgia's favor here.
Been 2 walks, a wild pitch, and 2 errors in the inning. A run in, bases loaded, 2 outs. J-Mac takes down and away.
And, you know, McElwain's thinking, I should have been out of this 5 minutes ago.
And Georgia's thinking we should be tied or have the lead. Boy, this game feeling a lot like last night. 4-2 Doors, right on right. Here's the 1-0. Misses upstairs, 2-0. And for J-Mac, he could be very selective right here. Rogers waiting on deck.
Well, they led 4-2 after 3 innings last night.
The infield, Keegan, Vastine, Young, and Diaz, 1st to 3rd around the horn. McElwain, Bradfield play a deep in center, the 2-0. Called strikeout or half, 2-1. McAllister 1 for 6 this weekend. He homered last night and flew to the wall in the 9th as the wind carried it an extra 15 feet or so. From the ladders, the 2-1. This is lifted out into left. Hewitt is coming on. He's circling. He lunges and makes the catch to retire the side. Boy, Georgia just misses a golden opportunity, and this frustrating weekend continues. Georgia gets just 1 run on no hits. There was a wild pitch, 2 walks, 2 errors, and the Dogs leave them loaded. Georgia, for the weekend, with the bases loaded, is now 0 for 6 with a walk. Hard to win doing that. 3 in the books, 4-2 Doors here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
You're invited to the grand opening celebration at Athens Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Our new facility is officially the largest DCJR dealership in Georgia. Join us Saturday, May 14th from 11 until 3 for barbecue, bulldogs, raffles, giveaways, and more. Bring the whole family. 4147 Atlanta Highway. Check us out online at athensdcjr.com for more information. Expect more, get more at Athens Grand Opening Celebration, May 14th.
Always the best deal, always.
Based on square footage per factory facility addendum.
Missed opportunities for the Dogs. Great pitching by McElwain. Opportunity blown. Bases loaded, nobody out. And it's 4-2 Vandy. Time to turn it over to DJ for the next 3.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Athens Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram has that great selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, and always the best deal. Proud to serve Georgia. Proud to be a sponsor of Georgia baseball. Proud to be your hometown dealership. Here's the DH, Javier Vaz leading things off. Facing Jonathan Cannon, here's the pitch. This one is lifted out to center. Anderson coming over. He will make the catch in right center field. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 4th.
Sans cap.
Yes. So that'll bring up the second baseman, Jonathan Vastine. Vastine struck out his first time, and he is in the lineup as their normal second baseman, Tate Colwick, got hurt in the game last night. Here's the pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Vastine is a lefty. Freshman out of Bartow, Florida. Now Cannon looks over that red glove. Here's the 0-1. That one misses inside at 89. 1-1 now to Vastine, who's hitting 167 on the season in a limited number of at-bats. This is just his 9th start of the year. Here's the 1-1 in there for a strike. Vastine is 6 for 36 on the year with 12 strikeouts. Now the 1-2 from Cannon. That one misses inside. As you said, Jeff, imperative to get the bottom of the order out here for Vanderbilt. The top of the order is so good.
I mean, they're going to maul you if the bottom gets on. You got no chance.
Now the 2-2, the pitch. This one's fouled straight back. They scored 11 runs last night. Their bottom of the order didn't do a whole lot.
Exactly. If they do, because Bradfield, Hewitt, Jones, and Keegan, Hey, Bradfield, Jones, and Keegan, they're three of the best players in the league, and Hewitt's hitting over 400 now.
2-2. Did he go? Yes, he did. Vastine strikes out for the second time today, and that would be both of Cannon's strikeouts. So Cannon gets the first two for the second time in 4 innings. And here's the third baseman, Diaz, the freshman, who singled and scored in the third. He's also made 3 errors this afternoon. It's been a while since we've seen one player with 3 errors in a game. Here's the pitch from Cannon. That one misses low, ball 1.
And usually if you do see that, it's a situation where a player might make 2 on the same play.
Yeah.
And you boot it and let a guy get on, then you try and make the throw, and it burns you. But Vandy withstood it.
Here is the 1-0. That misses high.
And again, the stat of the weekend, Georgia's 0 for 6 with the bases loaded, with a bases loaded walk as well. So 0 for 6 with a walk. You're just not going to beat these guys doing that. You got to cash in.
Now waiting on the 2-0 from Cannon. The pitch to Diaz. Fastball for a strike. And it's 2-1.
And a reminder of Vandy, no, they're not as good as they were last year, but this team won the national title in 2019. They were in the top 5 in 2020 when things shut down, and they made the finals of the World Series last year.
Here's the 2-1. Called a strike. Well,
so are they that good? Well, no, but they are still exceptionally talented.
And with the pitching they have.
Just the arms.
Yeah. I mean, there aren't many schools that can lose a lighter and a rocker. And the thing is, rocker could have come back.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Did he go? No, he didn't, says the Bramer. So a 3-2 pitch coming up here to Diaz. Last night, he was 1 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout. 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Here it is from Cannon. Cold strike 3. Took something off of that one, dropped right in there. And it's 3 up and 3 down with a couple of strikeouts. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Vandy leads it 4-2 here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Run it back.
This is hit high out into right field with some carry. Wallace is going back. He's looking up. It's over the scoreboard. Ben Anderson with a 2-run homer. Strike 3 swinging, and that's the ball game. The Dogs have done it.
The road to Omaha runs through Athens.
Connor Tate has homered for the second time tonight.
Follow the Diamond Dogs all season long on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Oh, hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Georgia trails 4-2, bottom of the 4th. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Hey, you can show your support of Georgia athletics by donating to the Victory Fund. It's a philanthropic annual fund that directly supports the student-athlete experience. So make your gift today at the GeorgiaBulldogClub.com. All right, Cheney Rogers, the number 7 hitter in the Georgia lineup, will lead things off. As the Dogs trail 4-2, swinging at the first pitch. Hits this one high out into shallow center. And the shortstop, Young, will go back and get it. 1 pitch, 1 out. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Cole Tate. Tate bounced to short his first time. Tate was 1 for 3 last night. It was his first game back since April 10. That was Masters Sunday. He does have a 4-game hitting streak. So we'll see if he can get a little something going here with 1 out. The pitch from McIlvain is in there for a strike. It's 0-1.
And watch McIlvain now. He's got to feel incredibly bolstered to give up just the 1 run in the third. You worry that he might just get settled in and get in the groove.
This one's fouled straight back, and now 0-2 to the Colonel.
Boy, that is just, for McIlvain, what a job. 2 walks, 2 errors, and a wild pitch in an inning, and he gives up just 1.
Now the 0-2. Just missed on the inner half. Well, yeah, he's got to feel like he is playing with just a little bit more than house money right now. Now the 1-2 pitch. This one's hit foul down the right field line.
And you can tell Cole is far from 100%.
Yeah.
Still trying to get back in game shape. Just the injuries this year, and a lot of teams have dealt with them, but we've documented the number of injuries to the pitching staff, but to not have Cole Tate for 4 SEC weekends. He's the team's 2nd leading hitter.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Again, fouled straight back.
You got to think, would he have been worth a win or 2?
I would think so, yes.
Me too.
When you're losing one of your stalwarts on the left side of the infield, who's also your 2nd or 3rd leading hitter, this one's chopped foul, so Cole battling here against the Vandy right-hander, Chris McIlvain, out of Thompson Station, Tennessee. Now the 1-2 once again. Just misses away there. Cole was asking the home plate umpire. That was interesting. I don't know what he was asking him. That was the 7th pitch of the at-bat. So number 8 coming up right here. Swing and a miss. Tate down on strikes. Couldn't lay off that change. And there are 2 away. And since that bases loaded walk to the con man, McIlvain has set down 5 in a row with 3 strikeouts. So here's Fernando Gonzalez with 2 outs and nobody on. As the pitch misses low and away, ball 1. We're in the 4th. Dogs trailing at 4-2. Feels like more.
It does. A lot of frustration this weekend.
The 1-0 coming up in there for a strike. And now McIlvain, as you said, has gotten in that groove.
Yeah, he just is firing strikes in there, and the Dogs aren't squaring anything up.
The 1-1. This one is lifted out to right. Jones going back. That ball is out of here. Right at the scoreboard. Well, Jeff Gonzo squared that one up, and the Dogs have cut the Vandy lead to 4-3.
So Georgia within 1 for the 8th time this weekend. Gonzo drills that one over the wall. That's his 4th career round tripper and his 2nd this season. And that's a nice lift here for these Dogs.
Boy, and he has been a nightmare for them this week. 2 for 5 last night with a double and 2 RBIs, a walk, a run scored, now a home run here this afternoon.
We need to get one of those with the bases loaded or some ducks on the pine.
Yep. All right, here's Ben Anderson. Just hit number 2 for Georgia. Anderson swings at the first pitch and hits it foul over on the right side.
Again, talking about getting Ben going, talked about this with Coach Strickland before the game. In SEC games, his average just 9th on the team. And, boy, when he sets the table, he is so good.
The 0-1 misses high.
I think a lot of that, he hit a couple of homers. And, DJ, we talk about this a lot. Maybe hitting it in the air a little bit too much.
He flew to center in the first. Here's the 1-1. Just misses on the outer half. Anderson reached on an error in the third. Two-one count to the Georgia center fielder. Here's the pitch. That one misses low, and it's 3-1. Dogs down 4-3 here in the fourth. Wind blowing straight out to center field, right onto the Dan McGill Tennis Complex where NCAA tennis is taking place. 3-1, swing and a miss. That was the change.
And by the way, his last night's game just been fully extended here to this afternoon.
So it was almost like a carbon copy.
It's completely
bizarre.
It's totally bizarre.
All right, 3-2 to Anderson. That one bounces up there, nowhere close. A 2-out walk. That is the third walk allowed by McIlvain. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Corey Acton. Acton is 0 for 2 with a bounce out. He also reached on an error. 1 for 7 this weekend.
Well, Georgia doesn't run, but maybe the Dogs roll the dice here with Anderson.
And Ben leads Georgia with 7 stolen bases. Now the pitch to Acton. Fastball in there for a strike. And it's 0-1.
Oh, proud to have Governor Kemp dialing us in. He said he flipped us on, and the first thing he heard was Gonzo hitting the home run.
Well, Governor, you better not
keep us dialed in,
I was going to say, you better not go away.
So we need it. It has been a frustrating game and a half so far in this series.
Dogs trailing at 4-3. Only led for 1 inning this weekend. The 0-1 coming up. Called a strike on the outer half, and it's 0-2.
That was a good at-bat for Anderson to reach, just to keep a little pressure on, even if Georgia doesn't do anything else. Turn the lineup around.
Acton had an RBI double in the 6th inning last night. Now the 0-2. That one misses low and away.
So Georgia has scored in 9 of 13 innings in
and
this
have
series.
led for 1 inning.
Yes, and we're 0-1 and losing. That's just bizarre.
Baseball is a strange game. Still 1-2 to Acton. Throw over to first. Anderson back in there safely.
Yeah, Alan Thomas was in the booth early. He said, I was listening last night, was telling my friends, don't go to the corner of Pinecrest and Rutherford. There's weird things happening out there. Bad mojo.
Yes, indeed. All right, waiting on the 1-2. There goes Anderson. The pitch misses high. Throw down, and he is safe. It was a short hop to the shortstop, Young, who couldn't handle the throw, and Anderson has his 8th stolen base of the year.
I think a good throw gets him there. It's not a great jump, but I like the Dogs running. That is
do too.
Georgia's 15th steal this year in 19 tries.
So 2-2 now to Acton. Dogs down 4-3. Anderson represents the tying run. Acton swing and a miss down on strikes. And that'll do it for Georgia here in the fourth. Fourth K for McIlvain. But Georgia gets a run on the Gonzo homer. That was the only hit of the inning. No errors. And Anderson stranded at second. We head to the fifth. Vandy leads it 4-3 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The Hilltop Grill opened the night David Green hit Michael Johnston at Auburn, sending the Dogs to the SEC title. In the years since, Hilltop has become an Athens favorite, featuring premium steak and seafood. Locally owned, the Hilltop gives you the finest in food without the hassle of downtown. With an open and covered patio, reservations available for all occasions, private parties, and a sensational Sunday brunch. Hunker down and head to the Hilltop at 2310 West Broad. Call 706-353-7667. That's 706-353-7667. It's springtime in Athens. Soak it all in at Marker 7 Coastal Grill. Enjoy the best deck in 5 Points with the most delicious seafood this side of St. Simon's. Marker 7 has phenomenal fried shrimp, daily fish specials, sensational seafood soups, fresh salads, delicious sides, great chicken, world-class burgers, and cold drinks. For the ultimate panoramic view of 5 Points at the corner of Lumpkin and Millage, it's a must-stop. Make the most of the springtime. Hunker down at Marker 7 Coastal Grill in the heart of 5 Points, Athens.
XM, you get it all and all at the press of a button. So listen to your kind of music, commercial free, plus everything, entertainment, every kind of comedy, and of course coverage of every major sport, including Georgia baseball. So tune in to the best of the best. Georgia baseball also protected by Breda Pest Management. With Breda, you don't have to be afraid of bugs. Dogs trailing at 4-3 here as we head to the fifth. Carter Young will lead things off here for the Commodores. He's the 9-hole hitter, the Vandy shortstop.
Must out.
Switch hitter, so face Cannon batting lefty. Here is the pitch. This one's hit foul over on the first base side. Over towards the Georgia dugout, it's 0-1. Young laid down a sac bunt in the third. Last night, Young was 0 for 5 with 3 Ks.
A lot of scouts here today.
Oh, yeah. Now the 0-1. This one's chopped foul. I think Richard Costigan on Twitter was asking who they were here to see.
A lot of guys.
Yeah, and certainly Cannon for sure. I think also McIlvain.
Jones.
Yes. Bradfield's only a sophomore. Here's the 0-2. That one bounces up there.
I think for a guy like Cannon, a lot of these scouts, they've seen more than enough. He is a surefire high pick.
1-2 the count here to Young. Now the 1-2. This one's hit foul out beyond the Georgia bullpen. Halfway to the red brick house.
That was a long foul ball. Big hello to Glenn down in Bainbridge. Our buddy Walker Country listening in.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, RDU dog.
Now the 1-2. This one's a chopper on the right side. Harbor has it. He'll flip to Cannon. 3-1 on the putout for out number 1 here in the fifth. And top of the order with a man we're having trouble getting out this weekend, Enrique Bradfield.
And here's the thing with Bradfield, too. He has reached base now. It was 5 out of 6 last night, 1 out of 2 today, so 6 out of 8. 5 of the 6 times he's been on, he's scored.
He scored.
So when he gets on, he's scoring.
And he struck out to start the weekend. So 6 of his last 7 he's reached. So here is the pitch from Cannon in there for a strike, and it's 0-1.
And the other thing, too, George had 2 errors last night, one on a pitcher, one on a catcher, and both errors came on Bradfield stolen bases.
Now the 0-1. Good fastball, knee high on the outer half, 0-2. So Bradfield had 2 stolen bases last night. He's added a third today. Boy, he has just been a thorn. Here's the 0-2. Chop foul, just got a piece of it.
And again, his presence, just forcing those errors last night. A pickoff throw and a stolen base, E2. And those things just happen a lot with a guy like this. 32 for 32 in the theft department.
Incredible. The 0-2 misses away.
As you said, he is the straw that stirs the drink.
Yep. And we knew that last year, too, even as a true freshman. And the Dogs did a terrific job of limiting his appearances on the bases as that one misses inside, so it's 2-2.
Boy, Cannon last weekend, he gave up a 4-run inning to LSU, but did a great job in the middle innings of rolling up zeros and keeping Georgia in the game. And the Dogs came back. Need the same thing here today.
2-2 pitch to Bradfield. This one's chopped foul over towards the Georgia dugout. Now this at-bat's driving up Cannon's pitch count a little bit.
Sure is. Yeah, the thing, too, with Bradfield, just baseball from the majors on down, not too many teams run. So he is an ultimate X factor. He's a rare bird these days.
2-2 pitch. This one is a chopper to McAllister at short. Got to hurry. Got it. Good job by McAllister. As Bradfield is retired 6-3, and that'll bring up the left fielder Hewitt, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI.
And for McAllister, he didn't even pat the glove He fielded it and knew he had to fire straight away.
No time.
No time.
Yep.
Nice play.
All right, 2 outs and nobody on. Cannon has now set down 6 in a row. Here's the pitch to Hewitt. That one misses inside. Almost hit him. Ball 1. Hewitt singled in the first and bounced out in the third that scored a run. Driving in his 13th of the year. Now the 1-0 from Cannon. Fastball apparently missed the strike zone somewhere. I'm not sure where. 2-0. That looked good from up here. Two outs, nobody on here in the 5th. Dogs trailing at 4-3. Here's the pitch. That one misses low, ball 3.
Coach Strickland is hot in the Georgia dugout.
Yeah. I got issues.
And again, you're talking about arguably the best pitcher in the country who's walked only 4 guys all year. And it's been 2-0 more today than it has been probably collective all season for Cannon.
3-0 pitch coming up. Called a strike on the inner half. That one looked worse than the last two.
I agree. And we've seen every game that he's pitched. Again, you could count the 2-0 counts, I would say, on 2 hands, wouldn't you think?
It seemed like it.
Now 5 times here today. All right.
3-1 coming up. Where was that? I don't get that. I was waiting to hear strike 2. That looked like it was right across the plate.
And Coach Strickland's frustrated right now. I think that's kind of the operative word this weekend.
Yeah.
Just frustration. Been 2 just wild, terrific games with all kinds of twists and turns and back and forth. The momentum shifting hands time and time again. The problem is the Dogs hadn't been able to catch them. Dogs hadn't been able to grab the lead.
Boy, you really want to get Jones here because you don't want Keegan coming up this inning. As the cutter's in there for a strike, it's 0-1. As if Keegan comes up this inning, that means there's either 2 runners on or they've already scored.
That's correct. And Jones has terrific power. You know, the big lefty taking aim at that short porch, 314 out to Kudzu Hill.
Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. So 0-2 now to Jones, the junior out of Encinitas, California. He wears number 34. He went to La Costa Canyon High School. That whole everything out there just sounds like it's really nice.
Yeah, it does.
The 0-2 coming up. Here's the pitch from Cannon. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. I think Jonathan came up with his 3 best pitches of the afternoon right there.
And needed him big time in that spot.
Cannon recording his 4th K. No runs, no hits, no errors. A man left as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Dogs trailing at 4-3 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for the first pitch at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldog gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus, next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Titletown, baby. College football, big league baseball. This championship fever is fun. You know it's not fun? Termites. Neil Hondo Williamson here for Breda Pest Management. Not at the Hondo household, though. Our termite protection is flawless. With Breda, our home is protected from termites. Call the championship team at Breda Pest Management, the official pest control of your Georgia Bulldogs. BREDA Pest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
All right, David Jeff along with you. Athens Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram has that great selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, and always the best deal. Proud to serve Georgia, proud to be a sponsor of Georgia baseball, proud to be your hometown dealership. Georgia Baseball also brought to you by Piedmont, the official healthcare provider of the Bulldogs. Georgia down 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Part of the order here for the Dogs, Tate, Harbor, and Collins, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Tennessee did get a run in the first, so they lead Kentucky 1-0 in Lexington in the first inning as the pitch to Connor Tate misses low. I guess the first time this year that Tennessee's trying to avoid the sweep.
Yes, indeed. They've won every series and obviously every SEC series, but no more.
The 1-0 coming up to Tate as the pitch is in there for a strike. Connor bounced to third in the first and drew a bases-loaded walk in the third. Now the 1-1. This one's fouled straight back.
It's just so hard to play from behind for an extended period. You don't have the margin for error, and just psychologically, you always feel like you're pushing that boulder up the hill. That's why it's so big. Even if you wind up relinquishing a lead, just to get the lead at some point.
Here's the 1-2 to Tate. This one is popped up. Now will carry farther than I thought out to right. Jones will make the catch. Didn't even barely have to move out number one.
I was thinking back even the national title game, even though Georgia later fell behind 18-13, just to get that lead for the first time at 13-12. All right, we're in front. All right, they got it back, but then Georgia got it again. Did not relinquish, scoring the last 20 points en route to the national title.
Parks Harbor standing in as the pitch misses low, ball one. Harbor reached in on an error and scored in the second. He struck out in the third.
Now let's see if Harbor, Collins, and J-Back can have a vengeance tour here.
This one is hit sharply past the shortstop Young on one hop. That'll be a base hit for Harbor and a one-out single here for the Bulldogs. That is just the third hit for Georgia.
So this is the trio that McElwain got out with the bases loaded. Good start there from Parks. Let's see if Corey can square one up here.
Harbor now has a 5-game hitting streak. He's reached base safely at 9 in a row, and as Jeff said, here's Corey Collins. He hit his 10th homer of the year Tuesday against Kennesaw. It's a righty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch. That one bounces up there. 1-0.
Ryan, if you could pot yourself down there, please, sir. Thank you very much.
The 1-0 coming up here to Collins. One out. Harbor the runner at first. As the off-speed pitch drops in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Collins lined to right in the second, struck out in the third. He is 0 for 6 this weekend with a walk.
They're shifting.
They're doing it with one strike. The 1-1. Here's the pitch. That one misses high. I guess the thinking is he's less likely to try the bunt with one strike than if they shift for the hole at bat. Collins has shown that he will try to bunt. Now the 2-1 in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. He's a sophomore out of Swanee in North Gwinnett High School. He is a criminal justice major. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Collins down on strikes for the second time. That's number 5 for McElvain. And there's 2 away here in the inning. So here's J-Mac. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts. 4-3, Vandy leading it here. 2 outs, a runner at first, bottom of the 5th. Now the pitch. That one bounces up there. That'll get away from the catcher, Bolger. And Harbor will go to second on the wild pitch.
All right, the Dogs are 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position today. Need to make it 1 for 6 right here.
Yes, that would be a good thing. So Harbor out at second, 1-0 here to McAllister. Waiting on the pitch from McIlvain. Here it is. This one is popped straight up. The catcher Bulger underneath, and he makes the catch in foul territory to retire the side.
We just can't get the big hit.
No runs, a hit. No errors, a man left. We head to the sixth. Dogs trail at 4-3 here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia fans, college baseball is back. Rally up your friends with a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager to watch your team hit it out of the park on game day. Whether you're hanging out at the bar with your fellow dog or watching with a friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there to celebrate every strikeout. So grab a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2021. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont. Real change lives here.
All right, we head to the sixth. Georgia trailing at 4-3. It'll be Keegan, Bulger, and Maz, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up.
Want to say hello. The man just turned 50. The great Alex Goodrich in the house here in the Frank and Carol Beltran radio booth.
You know what Alex is. He's the #1 Bulldog fan.
And it's his national championship birthday. You got that right. That's my man right there. The great Alex Goodrich. Well, DJ, let's just see if we can keep this deficit at 1 here. Were we saying this last night?
Yes, just a few times. Cannon facing Keegan to start the sixth. In there for a strike. It's 0-1.
Love the great Larry Edwards.
Yes, indeed. Great to see you, Larry.
The mayor of Sinclair.
This one's a chopper up the third base line, and Tate's going to let it roll, and it hits the bag at third. Man. Just that kind of weekend. He made the right play there. He wasn't going to throw him out if he picked it up. Boy, another, 6 inches to the left, and it's a foul ball. So he's now hit one 500 feet and another one 90 feet.
This is just one of those weekends, and especially if Vandy wins today, we're going to look back at about 27 different plays and pitches and say just an inch here, an inch there.
Now, a 6-4-3 would be fitting here, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Thank you.
Here's Bulger standing in as the fastball misses away. Bulger's 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts. He is 1 for 6 this weekend. The one was a double down the right field line last night after Georgia made the strategic move to put Keegan at first. Now the 1-0 in there for a strike. Cannon is at 83 pitches, and the Dogs don't have anyone warming up, so I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
He's got at least another 20 pitches. And boy, just as soon as I say that, there's what's brewing in the Georgia bullpen, brought to you by Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. As that pitch just missed. A little bit low, I guess. It's 2-1 to Bulger.
I think, I know I've mentioned this a few times. You can probably hear it in my voice, but frustration's the operative word this weekend. I think the dugout's borderline boiling point right now. When those borderline pitches aren't getting there and you're fighting uphill.
2-1 to count. This one is chopped to McAllister deep in the hole. It's short. Long throw. Got him. How about that? McAllister with a terrific play. Taking advantage a little bit there with the catcher Bulger running, but a huge 6-3.
He is a great shortstop. That might be the best play he's made at short, at least off of a throw. And just to have the presence of mind there to go the long route because you had the catcher running. Dave, I think Keegan, if he goes to second, would have beaten that out. And that's just an incredible job. Great stretch by Harbor on the receiving end.
Terrific play on both ends. Keegan now at second, and here's Vaz, the DH. A walk and a fly out. Boy, and Vaz was so big for them last night. 3 hits, including a homer. He also had an RBI double. As the pitch from Cannon misses low. Ball 1 to Javier Vaz, senior out of Huntsville, Alabama. His dad played for Bama. The 1-0 coming up. Misses low, ball 2. And as hot as Vaz has been, you've got the bottom third of the order. And first base is open. You just don't want to make a mistake here.
No, because he could turn it back to a 3-run game.
Here's the 2-0. This one's a chopper to Harbor at first. He'll step on the bag. Keegan will go to third. So 3 unassisted, 2 outs now, and here's the second baseman, Vastine. And you feel like he's in the lineup just because of the injury from last night to Colwick, the normal second baseman.
Even though they're 2 outs, that'd be heads up for a bunt here.
Oh, yeah. Georgia's looking at that, too. Tate's even at third. Harbor even with the bag at first. And a just in case. Vastine, 2 strikeouts so far today. Hits this one on 1 hop to Acton. Second base, throws on to first to retire the side. So at least that crazy infield hit doesn't hurt the Bulldogs here. No runs a hit, no errors. A man left at third. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Dogs trailing at 4-3 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's springtime in Athens. Soak it all in at Marker 7 Coastal Grill. Enjoy the best deck and 5 Points for the most delicious seafood this side of St. Simon's. Marker 7 has phenomenal fried shrimp, daily fish specials, sensational seafood soups, fresh salads, delicious sides, great chicken, world-class burgers, and cold drinks. For the ultimate panoramic view of 5 Points in the corner of Lumpkin and Millage, it's a must-stop. Make the most of the springtime. Hunker down at Marker 7 Coastal Grill in the heart of 5 Points, Athens.
Get ready for kickoff at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldog gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus, next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Dogs trailing at 4-3. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Rogers, Cole Tate, and Gonzalez, the 7, 8, 9 hitters here for Georgia. As the Vandy starter, McIlvain, is out again. Chris McIlvain trying to pitch with a lead. And Vandy's pretty good when they have the lead in the late innings. Stunning, I know. With all that pitching.
Yeah, their bullpen is tremendous.
That's another thing you feel like you kind of let one get away a little bit last night because the Dogs did a good job with their bullpen.
Yes.
All right. Chain Gang looks at a first pitch strike. 0-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Again, the Dogs down 4-3.
6 pitchers out of the Vandy pen with an ERA of 2.85 or lower.
The 0-1, did he go? No.
And all those pitchers, by the way, with at least 8 appearances.
Yeah.
That's strong.
Yeah, it's a big thing for Vandy, all that pitching. As the 1-1 bounces up there, and boy, we can rattle off a ton of big leaguers over the last 15 years that have pitched at Vanderbilt and have been successful in the bigs.
Guys like Walker Buehler, David Price, Sonny Gray.
Here's the 2-1. That one bounces up there. And even the ones that were really good college players but have had nice, long pro careers, even a Mike Minor, if he's had a couple of injuries.
No doubt.
You feel like Kyle Wright for the Braves is close to getting it going. He's off to a good start this year. Here's the 3-1 to Rogers. Misses low, and it's a leadoff walk. And that is walk number 4 for McIlvain. He's thrown 85 pitches, so let's see what Vandy will do here. Cole Tate standing in. I'm sure the bunt is on.
Yes. And again, Cole is up, but this is not full-on Cole Tate right now.
Yep.
He's working himself back, trying to rise like the fiery phoenix. Missing 4 weeks, including 3 in a row, DJ.
Well, welcome back, Cole. Let's see if we got a little something going here. Not squaring to bunt yet. Now he does as the pitch misses high, ball 1. McIlvain in 5 innings last week against A&M through 99 pitches. Boy, they did a great job of driving up his pitch count.
Yeah, A&M, I think right now, especially with Tennessee losing twice, they're the hottest team in the league.
Certainly. Tate's 0 for 2. Not bunting here, swinging away, and hits it foul, first base side. So 1-1 to the Colonel. Got a base hit last night in his first at bat. That was his first at bat since April 10. 1-1 here. Rogers, the runner at first. Let's see if the bunt might be back on. It is not. That one buzzed the tower, missed inside, and it's 2-1.
And as you said, on April the 10th, that's when Scotty Scheffler 4-putted the 72nd hole and still won by 3 strokes.
Incredible.
One of the more bizarre endings in Masters history.
The 2-1 coming up. Here's the pitch. That one misses inside, ball 3. Someone on Twitter, if I remembered who it was, I'd give him credit, but I don't know who it was I saw, said that the Reds, with their 3 wins, they've got 1 less win this year than Scotty Scheffler, who's got 4.
I think you got to make him throw you a strike here, DJ.
3-1 coming up here to Cole Tate. And he hits this one foul over on the first base side, down towards the Georgia bullpen. And it's 3-2. And they do have activity, obviously, going in their bullpen. So 3-2 pitch coming up to Tate. McIlvain from the stretch. This one is lifted out to right. Jones, a few steps to his left, will make the catch for out number 1, an empty AB following the walk.
So the decision not to bunt backfires there. And Cole's 1 for 6 in the series.
So here's Gonzalez.
And hopefully, DJ, I'm just thinking with Cole, hopefully by Missouri in 2 weeks, he's back to form and back to 100%. But you're talking about facing live pitching for the first time in a game situation. It's tough. And there's some big-time arms here for Vandy.
Gonzo standing in as the pitch from McIlvain misses inside, ball 1. Gonzo's a triple shy of the cycle this weekend. And he homered his last time, out to right. Gonzo had 2 hits last night, including a double. Now the 1-0. This one's popped straight up. Bulger, the catcher, I think had a little bit of trouble locating it, so McIlvain, the pitcher, comes over and makes the catch in fair territory on the third base line. So 2 big outs following the leadoff walk. And that'll bring up the top of the order, the center fielder, Ben Anderson.
Well, Vandy has given Georgia plenty of help today with the 3 errors and 4 walks. Dogs only have 3 hits, though.
So a 4-3 Vandy lead here. 2 outs, a runner at first here in the 6th. Anderson stands in. This one is lifted out to deep left field. Going back is Hewitt and makes the catch at the wall. Man.
It's just not our weekend.
Well, Anderson gave it a ride. So Rogers double hit off the top of the wall in the second inning. And now Anderson has a ball caught right at the top of the wall out in left center field. So a leadoff walk and nothing else. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left. We head to the seventh. Georgia trails 4-3 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Missing the sounds of the game? Bring them back with the latest in hearing aid technology from Innovative Audiology. We offer accessible pricing and individualized care in an elegant and thoughtful setting. Located at 2005 South Village, we are the first in the Athens area to offer cutting-edge hearing testing without using a sound booth. Want to hit a home run with hearing? Come see Dr. Jennifer Dubberly. Call Innovative Audiology today at 706-850-3691 or visit us online at innovativeaudiology.com. We'll knock it out of the park.
You're invited to the grand opening celebration at Athens Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Our new facility is officially the largest DCJR dealership in Georgia. Join us Saturday, May 14th from 11 until 3 for barbecue, bulldogs, raffles, giveaways, and more. Bring the whole family. 4147 Atlanta Highway. Check us out online at athensdcjr.com for more information. Expect more, get more at Athens Grand Opening Celebration, May 14th.
Always the best deal, always.
Based on square footage per factory facility addendum.
All right, Vandy on top of Georgia, 4-3 as we head to the seventh. David Jeff along with you. Here's JD to take you home.
And this game feeling just like last night. Dogs hanging around. Georgia falling down by 3, cutting it to 1. Just can't catch a bit. Anderson gave one a ride. 8-9-1 due here in the seventh. Davis Diaz takes down and away, and it's 1-0. Georgia with 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Vandy with a 4-run third inning. As the Commodores scored 3 of those with 2 outs. Here's a check swing on a changeup. That'll leave it up to count at 1-1. It's a beautiful day here in Athens. Just picturesque here in America's greatest college town. 69 degrees. Wind blowing out, but the sun shining. Cannon, the 1-1. Over but low. 2-1 the count. Chandler Marsh has been up and throwing in the Georgia pen. Gonzo, the Bulldogs catcher, Harbor, Acton, McAllister, and Cole Tate, first to third around the horn. Here's the 2-1 offering. Fisted foul, straight back and out of play. It's Connor Tate, Anderson, and Rogers left to right, the Bulldogs outfield. Georgia did have the lead after 2. Rogers doubled off the top of the wall. We thought it was going to be a homer. It turned into a 2-bagger. Here's the 2-2. Just misses downstairs. So 3-2 the count to Diaz, and hot take number 17 today. Can't afford a freebie down here at the bottom of this Commodores order.
No leadoff walk here.
Cannon, right on right. Here's a 3-2. Hit him. Leadoff man aboard. And that'll bring up Young, the shortstop, who will be bunting, and this will take us back to the third. The third began with Diaz in the 8-hole, reaching on an infield single. Now you got to make sure of 1, and Bradfield looming on deck. Vanderbilt 4 runs, 6 hits, and 3 errors. 3 runs, 3 hits, and no boots for the Bulldogs. Cannon looking in, right on left. He comes set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Young squares, pops the bunt up towards first. Only play going to be at first. Harbor with the tag. 3 unassisted on the sacrifice. Diaz to second. And by the way, also, tip of the cap there to Young. He didn't try and do anything crazy like run towards the Georgia dugout to create something that didn't need to be created.
So his second sacrifice of the afternoon.
So the sack. 3U. And here's Bradfield, the engine of this Commodores offense. Bradfield is 1 for 3 with a stolen base and a run scored. He swiped 4 bags in the series. Cannon looks to second. Here's the pitch. Pop foul straight back and out of play.
Would he be their brick house?
He would be. The foundation.
For the Commodores.
You got that right. It's a great picture from back in 1981. The Commodores performed at the Coliseum, and Lionel Richie with Herschel Walker.
Love that.
Here's the 0-1. Fastball missed just away. The Georgia dugout not happy with that one either. Just tight. Vandy with a 4-3 lead as the Commodores bat here at the top of the 7th. Runner at second and one out. Bradfield digging in. Cannon. A look back to second from the belt. His bluff to second.
South Carolina leads A&M 7-0 in the second inning.
Wow.
Out at College Station.
Well, that put A&M in retreat mode for that one.
And if South Carolina doesn't hang on there.
1-1, popped up left side, foul territory. Tate's fighting the sun on the track, and that's going to go off the netting. Just been one of those weekends. So close. So close. And sometimes the harder you fight it and the harder you try, oh, the luck just gets even worse. 1-2 the count. Diaz a runner at second. There's one out. Vandy batting here in the top of the 7th. The Commodores have a 4-3 lead. Vandy won 11-9 last night. Cannon, here's a pitch. Just misses inside. 2-2 the count. Nibbling for that inside corner. Let's set the Georgia defense. Gonzalez catching. Harbor, Acton, McAllister, and Cole Tate first and third around the horn of the infield. Connor Tate, Anderson, and Rogers left to right. The Bulldogs outfield. Diaz a runner at second with one out, the 2-2. Bounce to the right side, backhanded stop by Harbor. He'll flip to Cannon covering in time.
Great play by Harbor. And good work by Cannon as well.
Knowing he had to break quickly.
Knowing who was running down that first base line.
Willie McGee Jr.
Yes.
Enrique Bradfield, what a player he is. And that'll bring up Hewitt. He's had 3 strong at bats, a single in the first. He bounced to third, driving in a run in the third. That play to Diaz, and he drew a walk in the 5th.
We may see Chandler Marsh come on here and pitch to Hewitt.
104 with the pitch count. Boy, a big insurance run at third base. The way last night went, this run would score, then Georgia would come back and score 1. It is a 4-3 Commodores lead.
Well, Georgia's going to stay with Cannon here.
A righty-righty matchup. The dangerous lefty Jones lurks on deck. Check swing. The pitch just misses, and it's 1-0. Diaz at third with 2 outs. Vandy batting here at the top of the 7th. 1-0 the count. Cannon, the pitch to Hewitt. Hit foul, straight back and out of play. 1-1 the count. Dogs desperately trying to keep this deficit at 1. Georgia with 1 in the second. Then Vandy scored 4 in the third. Dogs with a run in the third. Dogs with a run in the 4th. 4 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for Vandy. 3 runs, 3 hits. No boots for the Bulldogs. Tate close to the bag over in the hot corner. Righty on righty. Cannon from the belt. The 1-1 to Hewitt. He squares, pulls the bat back, and takes away. 2-1 to count. I get the feeling no matter what, Hewitt's going to be the last batter that Cannon faces.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Hopefully that'll be to end the 7th. A righty-righty matchup with Diaz, the runner at third. 2 down. Top of the 7th. Cannon's 2-1. Hit foul, first base side. 2-2 the count.
That was an interesting look a pitch ago by squared to bunt there.
Yes, it was.
With 2 outs.
Trying to keep the dogs on their toes. This crowd's starting to come alive here. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hewitt. Davis Diaz, a runner at third. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Dogs trying to keep this deficit at 1 run. It's 4-3 Vandy as the Doors try to take the first 2 of this 3-game set. Cannon's 2-2. Pop foul again, straight back and out of play.
Pitch number 110 coming up here for Cannon.
And just keeping in mind for next weekend, it's a Thursday through Saturday series at Tennessee. The guess is that everybody's going to slide up a day, keep the same spots in the rotation. Diaz at third with 2 away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Calvin Hewitt. Cannon, the big righty at the belt. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Change up on the inside corner. Cannon pumps his fist coming off the mound. That's the big right-hander's 5th K of the day. No runs, no hits, no errors. Diaz stranded at third base. It's 7th inning stretch time here in Athens. 7th inning stretch brought to you by our friends at Marker 7 Coastal Grill. Vanderbilt leading Georgia 4-3. Let's get some runs, dogs. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
When you see the SEC student athlete, it's easy to picture the swing, the stance, the form. But look closer, and you'll see the heart, the brain, the clutch lab partner, the avid two-stepper, the pride of a hometown, and a little brother's hero. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Vanderbilt leading Georgia 4-3. Bulldogs sending Acton, Connor Tate, and Harbor to the plate here at the bottom of the 7th inning. Georgia's led after 1 inning thus far in this series. The pitch bounces up there. It's 1-0. McElwain has walked 4. Coming straight up on 4 o'clock. McElwain, here's the pitch. Over but low, 2-0. Make him throw you a strike here, Corey. Dogs down 4-3. Commodores struck for 4 in the 3rd. McElwain looking in. Now he'll look down at the wristband as the catcher Bolger. And now time is called as Acton will step out. Sun shining brightly on a gorgeous Foley Field Saturday. 2-0, missed outside, 3-0. And you would figure the take would be on for at least 1, if not 2 pitches. Dogs got a leadoff walk from Rogers in the 6th. Couldn't do anything with it. McElwain looking in. His 3-0. Called a strike. Oh, boy, that looked low in the zone. And Scott Strickland's hat just came flying off like Yosemite Sam. 3-1. I think Acton's got to make him throw a strike again. Guessing the red light's on. Let's see. McElwain's 3-1. Ball 4 low. So a leadoff walk to Acton. The tying run is aboard, and we'll pause 10 seconds. Station identification here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Well,
and a covey of Commodores come cascading out of the dugout. So we're guessing this is going to be it for McElwain. And it is, as the Commodores are making the UGA bookstores call to the bullpen for the best of Georgia merchandise. Stop in and shop where the dogs shop. That's the UGA bookstore. Here's the situation. Vandy's got a 4-3 lead. The Bulldogs are batting Bottom of the 7th inning, a leadoff walk to Acton. Leading hitter on the team, Connor Tate at the plate. And the Commodores turning it over to number 88, a right-hander, Patrick Riley. We'll give you his numbers. It's a UGA Bookstore's call to the bullpen here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
You're invited to the grand opening celebration at Athens Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Our new facility is officially the largest DCJR dealership in Georgia. Join us Saturday, May 14th from 11 until 3 for barbecue, bulldogs, raffles, giveaways, and more. Bring the whole family. 4147 Atlanta Highway. Check us out online at AthensDCJR.com for more information. Expect more, get more at Athens Grand Opening Celebration, May 14th.
Always the best deal, always.
Based on square footage per factory facility addendum.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
Patrick Riley, 6'3", 210-pounder. He's a sophomore out of Seagirt, New Jersey. Love it wearing number 88. He's an old NFL split. Is that Drew Pearson out there, I see?
They've got some interesting numbers.
DJ, they got 66, 55, 77, 88. Then they got the D-line, 95, 97, 98, and 99.
How about that?
Well, if Connor Tate, who's had a lot of clutch hits in his Georgia career, was ever going to add to his list, my friend, this would be a good spot to do it.
Yes, indeed. And this is not one of those situations where I think you're bunting.
No.
Unless you want to give him a look just to keep him thinking that you might.
Riley's pitch, missed outside. It's 1-0. Now, sometimes, too, even with an excellent pitcher like Riley, 2-2 this year, a 2.85 ERA, it takes them a little time to get their footing. 41 innings, 58 Ks, 26 walks, a 220 opponent's batting average. The con man 0 for 2 with a walk today. The pitch missed inside. It's 2-0.
And he has started a couple of games for them in the conference where his ERA is just a little bit above 4.
I know this is one of those, I play it so conservatively, and I know this is Georgia's best hitter. People are going to be yelling at me. I think you got to make him throw you a strike right here. Now, if he hits it out of the yard, he can thumb his nose at me.
You'll be glad to be wrong.
Here's a 2-0. He's swinging. He hits it deep into left. It's got a chance. Connor Tate homers.
I'm glad you were wrong. And we've got just our second lead of the weekend.
The con man touches them all. His 9th home run of the season, the 23rd of his career, and Georgia surges ahead 5-4. The 100% wrong club is smiling and happy. Wow. 5-4 Georgia. Now here's Parks Harbor. Riley's pitch. Harbor sends it foul straight back.
Got to get some more.
Have to. Yeah, 5 against these guys. Could it be enough? Maybe. Going to need some more. Big rated Parks can crank it back up. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. The pitch. Hit sharply foul, third base side. Parks reached on an air and scored in the second. After the Dogs had made it 4-2. Bases loaded, nobody out. McElwain struck him out for the first out in the third, and Parks got a base hit out in the left in the 5th. He's in a hole, 0-2. His big hit of the year came in Alabama. Here's the pitch. This is corked in the center for a base hit. That's a way to restart the offense.
Love it.
You can close the book now on McElwain.
Yes, 6 innings plus the 1 batter here in this inning. 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 5 walks, and 5 strikeouts. And glad to make them pay for that final walk.
Have to. And Tim Corbin's coming out, and they're going to go to a left-hander. So Riley faces just 2. He is thrown, help me, DJ, 6 pitches.
Let's see here. 3 to Tate and 3 to Harbor.
All right, a homer and a single. And the Dogs have got the lead. It's Georgia 5 and Vandy 4. And a long, tall hurler's making his way to the mound. We'll tell you about the new Commodores pitcher after this UGA Bookstore's call to the bullpen here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Missing the sounds of the game? Bring them back with the latest in hearing aid technology from Innovative Audiology. We offer accessible pricing and individualized care in an elegant and thoughtful setting. Located at 2005 South Village, we are the first in the Athens area to offer cutting-edge hearing testing without using a sound booth. Want to hit a home run with hearing? Come see Dr. Jennifer Dubberly. Call Innovative Audiology today at 706-850-3691 or visit us online at innovativeaudiology.com. We'll knock it out of the park.
Georgia fans, college baseball is back. Rally up your friends with a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager to watch your team hit it out of the park on game day. Whether you're hanging out at the bar with your fellow dog or watching with a friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there to celebrate every strikeout. So grab a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2021, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Georgia. DJ, we talked about the home run and walk discrepancy and deficiencies for Georgia in SEC play coming in. The Dogs minus 12 at homers, minus 36 in walks. So a leadoff walk and a round tripper to take the lead. And the new pitcher, Donye Evans, a right-hander from Redan High School, home of the great Kevin Butler, Decatur native, long and tall, 6'6", 220. He's a righty. I thought we might see a lefty. Spotless ERA, no record, 9 Ks, 4 walks in 9 innings. An opponent's batting average of .074. The pitch to Collins, misses down and away. It's 1-0.
You figure Evans knows a lot of these Georgia hitters.
100%.
And they know him.
This is his 9th appearance. We talk about the familiarity from high school and summer ball and travel ball. Evans, the 1-0. Changeup missed down and away. It's 2-0. Evans making his 6th appearance in league play. 5 2/3. He's given up just 1 hit, 6 Ks, 4 walks, an .059 opponent's batting average. Georgia with a 5-4 lead. Harbor the runner at first. Nobody out. The 2-0 to Collins. Swing and a foul tip.
They have a lefty, Brett Hansen, warming up out of the bullpen. Number 77. Big left tackle for the football team. And no, I'm kidding. Reliever here for the baseball team.
I think they get all the double digits. They got 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99. How about that?
What about 00?
Love it. In the green. Here's a 2-1. Missed down and away. That one had some giddy up to it. 3-1. I know CC's hungry for a big hit, but DJ, a spot here where the sophomore can be patient and selective.
Absolutely.
Dogs have taken the lead. Harbor's a runner at first with nobody out. 3-1 to Collins, righty on lefty. Evans, the pitch. Called strike on the inner half. Corey thought that was ball 4. He'll take the helmet off and take a little stroll.
Evans pitched a week ago when Vandy lost to A&M 12-4. It was Saturday, but it was game 3 of that series. He pitched a scoreless inning with a couple of walks and a strikeout.
Vandy shifting 3 defenders on the right side. Here's a 3-2. Bounce towards the right side. This could be 2. Nope, only to first. Vastine goes the short route. I thought with Collins running, he might try and turn 2. But again, as we say, DJ, that's as good as a sacrifice. Turning the double play out of the shift, you're in awkward positions. It's hard to do.
Now we got the runner in scoring position here for Josh McAllister. According to the stat broadcast, we're 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position.
Do have the walk. So J-Mac digging in from the right side. Georgia trying to extend a 5-4 lead. He takes away. It's 1-0. See, I had, 0 for 1, 0 for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, J-Mac tried to hit that one all the way to the Coliseum. 1-1 to count. Base hit me just fine here, 2-8. McAllister 1 for 8 in the series. He homered last night. Evans looking in, right on right. Here's the pitch. Fisted foul, straight back and out of play. Great job by Vandy pitching to Collins and McAllister. These two big hitters for Georgia, 0 for 7 here today.
And haven't reached base today.
Let's see if J-Mac can change that tune right here. 1-2 the count to the senior out of Cumming. Evans at the letters, right on right. Here's a pitch, outside low, 2-2. Well, McAllister been so clutch and versatile in his Georgia career. Of course, had the big hit against Florida. That remains the moment of the season. Parks Harbor, the runner at second with 1 out. Dogs with 2 in to take a 5-4 lead. Here's a pitch. This is a little pop-up left side. And who wants this one? The shortstop Young will make the catch. P6.
Well, yeah, several of those here in the last couple of innings.
2 down, and just no luck today, DJ, for Collins or McAllister. And the Dogs still can't get that hit with runners in scoring position today.
Now 0 for 9.
Here's Chaney Rogers. He doubled in a run back in the second. The ball went off the top of the wall. I mean, if that thing's 6 inches higher, it's out of here. He's going to be intentionally walked. I think that's a smart play.
Yep.
That's going to bring up Tate, and now Georgia's going to pinch hit for him with Blaylock. And the stage is set.
Although they may go to the lefty out there in their pen, they got Hanson ready to go if they want to do that.
Blaylock was the SEC Player of the Week last season in Nashville. Had a tremendous series against the Commodores, his former team. He's got 14 career home runs. Blaylock this year hitting .224 with a homer and 13 ribbies. A .225 average for his career, 14 homers and 50 ribbies. And a visit coming from the Commodore dugout. And I think this is strategy talk. And now what you'll probably see for Georgia is Rogers move to first, Harbor go to third, and Dwight Allen take over in right field. Well, let's ask again. Does 2-4 have a little thunder left in that bat?
Against his former team. Remember last year in Nashville.
What a series he had. Dogs would love some more. Well, Evans doing an excellent job in relief, getting Collins to bounce out, McAllister to pop out. Rogers intentionally walked. And Blaylock pinch hitting for Cole Tate, still hobbled. First game back since April 10th last night. And here's GB in from the left side. Evans from the letters, the pitch. Miss low, it's 1-0 as Garrett has matured. He's done a much better job of taking pitches, and he scored that winning run on J-Mac's big hit against Florida, drawing a walk. Righty on lefty. Evans from the letters, the 1-0. That's a strike on the inner half. That was nasty. Georgia looking for its first hit today with a runner in scoring position. Harbor's aboard at second. Rogers a runner at first. 2 down. Dogs with a 5-4 lead. Bottom of the 7th. The 1-1. Misses away at the thighs. 2-1.
Well, that's only like the second or third fastball that Evans has thrown. That was a really good pitch there. 93.
I thought so too. 2-1 the count. 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 7th. Evans. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Strike 2. Nasty cutting down and in. Blaylock got to be on guard here. You don't want to go down looking in this spot. Georgia 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Dogs trying to extend a 5-4 lead here at the bottom of the 7th. George won 11-9 last night. Evans righty on lefty. From the letters, the 2-2 to Blaylock. Missed inside. The payoff pitch is due. That was a good frame job there from Bolger.
Georgia just 2 for 18 with runners on base today. And again, the Dogs now have 5 hits, but going into the inning, only had 3 in the first 6.
Georgia does have 2 homers today. Touchdowns beat field goals. Here's a 3-2. Change up, little bloop off the fist left side. This is going to be a tough play. Everybody see, Harbor keeps running. He scores coming around third, and Georgia takes the lead 6-4 on another misplay by Davis Diaz.
That will go down as a base hit, though. And a huge, huge base hit. And the first of the day with a runner in scoring position. And now Buddy Floyd's going to run for Blaylock.
And in the shift, just awkward positioning.
That will go down as an RBI as well.
So Blaylock with his 14th of the year. It's 6-4 Georgia. Rogers is at second. Buddy Floyd is at first. And here's Gonzo. Gonzalez walked and scored in the third. He homered in the fourth and popped to the pitcher in the 6th. Dogs by 2.
You can close the book, too, on Riley. The 2 batters he faced scored.
Evans looking in. Let's see if Gonzo can extend a 6-4 lead. Here's the pitch. Missed down and in. It's 1-0. So Riley, as of now, the pitcher of record. Dogs with a 6-4 lead. 3 in here in the 7th. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Here's a 1-0. This is hit deep out into center field. Bradfield's going back. He's at the track. He leaps. It's out of here. Gonzo. Gonzo is his name-o. A 3-run homer. And the Dogs catapult 9-4.
Second homer of the day for Gonzo. His 3rd of the season. Gonzo coming up big. All of his home runs this year have been in conference play. And how about this change of events?
Walks and homers. Walks and homers. 9-4 Georgia with Ben Anderson standing in. He takes low. It's 1-0.
Now, do you change the thinking about Jack Gowan coming in?
I'd go to Marsh, I think.
Let's see what the Dogs will do here in the 8th.
The pitch called a strike. And again, Vandy with a lot of thunder. They got Jones, Keegan, and Bolger due. It's 9-4. And finally, the clutch hits come. This is very similar to last Saturday as the pitch misses away. When Georgia got the lead, hung on, and then extended the lead with a myriad of late home runs.
The hanging on part was huge.
Yes, Gowan. Right on left, here's a 2-1. Misses away, 3-1 now to Ben Anderson. Tate and Gonzalez with homers. That's Gonzo's first 2-homer game. So his 2nd of the year. Here's a pitch. This is lifted out into center. That's going to drop in for a base hit. So Anderson aboard.
Boy, and Acton, this all started with a leadoff walk.
Amen.
The 10th batter to hit here in the inning. And boy, it looks great to see that 6th spot up there on the scoreboard.
The big inning. So Gonzo hit his 2nd homer of the year in the 4th, his 3rd homer of the year in the 7th. This is also back-to-back Saturdays as Acton stands in. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss. Acton did it last Saturday. He had 1 home run going into Baton Rouge and had a 2-homer game. Gonzalez, 1 homer coming in, has a 2-homer game today here against the Commodores, and it's 9-4 Georgia. Here's a pitch. Anderson goes, fouled off straight back and out of play. It's 0-2. Not to be forgotten, especially if the Dogs hang on to win. Harbor's single after the Tate homer.
The word you used, reset.
Reset it,
Boy,
baby.
did it ever.
And they didn't try to turn 2 out of the shift.
Harder to do.
The shift has burned Vandy twice here in the 7th. Wynn pushing out. Evans, the 0-2 to Acton. Missed upstairs. 9-4 Georgia.
Still got 6 more big outs to get.
Huge outs to get. Righty on lefty. The 1-2 to Acton. Anderson goes. The pitch misses away. Throw down to second. Safe. Ben Anderson with his second stolen base. We talked about it. All right, got to get Ben aboard more. He's been on 3 times today. He's walked, he's singled, he's reached out an air and stolen 2 bags.
I like when he gets on base and steals bases.
Me too. It's a good thing.
I like it.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Acton. Can Georgia get another 2-out hit with a runner in scoring position? Acton takes low. Did he go? No. 3-2 the count. Well, we were 0 for 9. And then Blaylock made it 1 for 10. And then Gonzalez made it 2 for 11 with authority.
And now 4 for 20 with runners on.
Want to close that category strong.
I do like the 5 for 11 with 2 outs.
3-2 to Acton, the payoff pitch. Ball 4 downstairs, his second walk of the inning. And those free passes, that's 7 for Vandy. And that's 3 in the inning.
One a strategic move, but it's still the same result.
Here's Connor Tate with the big blow of the day. The 2-run homer that played at Acton in front of him earlier in the inning to give Georgia the 5-4 lead. Now it's 9-4 Dogs. Georgia has out-homered Vanderbilt 3-1 today. Let's hope that category keeps that differential. Evans, right on right from the letters. The pitch to Tate misses down and away. It's 1-0. Connor 1 for 3 today. He was 4 for 5 yesterday. Thank you to Barkalot, the Sweater Man, and Kevin for tweeting us in. And
Kevin with a great photo there from the dugout club.
The Dogtown Ramblers saying hello. Tate takes low and away. It's 2-0. Little Lawson Giddens, handsome little fella. Thank you to Taz. RDU Dog says he was at that concert with Lionel Richie and Herschel back in '81.
That sounds epic.
What a time to be alive. Although my wife points out if I were in school here in the early 80s, the chances of me still being alive.
About 50-50.
Speaking of, big hello to the King Man.
King Man. It's about 50-50 whether he's hearing this.
It is 2-0 to the Con Man. 6 in, runners on first and second, 2 away. Evans pitch. There's a tapper foul. It's 2-1.
You know the bus man and Hermie are loving it.
Oh, yeah. They know Daddy's going to be a lot happier if Georgia can hang on. Daddy was not in a good mood last night. Daddy was not in a good mood this morning. Daddy was not in a good mood until this 7th inning here this afternoon.
But 6 more outs to get. It's going to be Jack Gowan, looks like. He's still throwing in the pen.
2-1 to Tate. That's called a strike. Working the outer half, 2-2. So the Con Man with a deep breath. Runners at first and second, 2 away. Georgia looking for more. Evans, the pitch. This is hit down the left field line towards the corner. This is going to fall in off the wall. Anderson scores. Acton, close, safe at home. Tate, safe at second on the throwback with a 2-out, 2-run double, and it's 11-4 Georgia.
Boy, what a weekend for the Con Man. He had 4 hits last night. Today, he's got a 2-run homer. And now he adds a couple more here with this big double. And that's going to be it for Evans. And I think Georgia's got to change its thinking on the bullpen now, too.
Completely agree, DJ. So what? Am I right on this? From 0 for 9 to 3 for 12 RISP?
3 straight base hits with runners in scoring position.
A snowman in the 7th. Tim Corbin out to the mound. And Vandy makes the UGA Bookstore's call to the bullpen. And by the way, the last 6 of these 8 coming with 2 outs. 11-4 Georgia. We'll tell you about the new Commodores hurler after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
11-4 Georgia. UGA Bookstore's call to the bullpen. Vandy turning it over to a lefty, Ryan Ginther, making just his 3rd appearance of the year. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk in 2 innings. He's allowed 3 runs. So the ERA's high at 13.50. An opponent's batting average of .333. And here's Parks Harbor, who again reset the offense after the 2-run Tate homer. Connor Tate in this inning, 2 for 2 with a homer, a double, and 4 RBIs. Dogs on top 11-4, looking for more. Harbor digging in. Ginther, the lefty, from the letters. Here's a pitch. Sent foul, first base side towards Pinecrest. Harbor, the 12th Bulldog to bat in the inning. Georgia now 3 for 12 with runners in scoring position, but the timing.
It was 0 for 9.
Here's the 0-1. This is hit sharply, just foul down the left field line. I know we say stuff like this, but you cannot get enough runs against these guys.
No.
They can score, score, score. And the big key, no matter who comes on the pitch for Georgia, it looks like it's going to be Chandler Marsh. Throw strikes. No freebies. This all started with a leadoff walk to Corey Acton.
Skrilla Dogs loving it. Thank you, Skrilla.
Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 swinging to retire the side. Georgia, if the Dogs can hang on, it's the inning of the year. 8 runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits.
The old 8-6-0-1.
3 walks, no errors. And the con man stranded out at second. So now 3 for 13 RISP, but 3 straight big hits. We go to the 8th. It's Georgia 11 and Vanderbilt 4 here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey, check these out. The It family of scratches from the Georgia Lottery. If I scratch this symbol, I could double my win.
You could double it?
Or I could play this It scratcher and triple it.
Triple it?
And then this scratcher is double it or triple it.
You just said triple it.
And this one will triple it or quadruple it.
Quadruple it?
That's what I said. You need me to say it 4 times?
No, I get it. 4 scratchers. Double it, triple it, double or triple it, and triple or quadruple it. Whoa, am I losing it?
Nope, winning it.
Go get It for your chance to win up to $1 million. Play the It family of scratchers from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
Georgia fans, college baseball is back. Rally up your friends with a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager to watch your team hit it out of the park on game day. Whether you're hanging out at the bar with your fellow dog or watching with a friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there to celebrate every strikeout. So grab a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2021, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Bulldogs make the UGA bookstores call to the bullpen, turning it over to the talented freshman right-hander Chandler Marsh. Georgia scoring 8 in the 7th. The Bulldogs have an 11-4 lead for Georgia. 11 runs, 9 hits, no errors. 4 runs, 6 hits, and 3 errors for the Commodores. DJ, 6 big outs to get. Marsh 3-0, a 2.52 ERA, 31 Ks, 17 walks in 25 innings. An opponent's batting average of 161, and he has shown he can handle the moment.
Yeah, we saw that in Statesboro, and that was the big eye-opener there earlier on in the year, and he has become one of the reliable members of this Georgia bullpen.
Big hello to Frank and Carol Beltran, the benefactors of our lovely booth here. They're down at Amelia Island cheering on the Dogs. Renee listing in Atlanta, and our man Sam Massey cheering the Dogs on. Let's throw strikes here. Chandler gets 6 more outs and get out of here. The big slugger Spencer Jones is standing in. He is 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Marsh into the motion. Here's the pitch. That misses low, and it's 1-0.
7 innings for Cannon, 6 hits, 4 runs all earned, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts.
And the last thing you want to do here is open the door with any freebies. Here's a 1-0. Called strike inner half. Got to make them slug their way back.
And Marsh is a guy that Coach Kenny says thinks may be Georgia's next closer.
And he could be one of those guys just peeking ahead as Marsh steals the 1-1. Bounce towards first. Harbor going to glove it. He'll take it himself, 3 unassisted. Georgia with Buddy Floyd now playing third, so just a straight substitution there as he came on to pinch run for the pinch hitter Blaylock. And good call there. And I think Marsh could be one of those guys where you think, hey, can we get 2 from you on Friday and 2 from you on Sunday?
Yep.
And he could also be a starter, but I like the look, just the pinching he's shown for pitching out of pickles. And the right hand hitting Keegan standing in, fortunately with nobody aboard. That pitch is strike.
Yeah.
And when Bolger comes to the plate, at worst, it's going to be 11-5.
Exactly. And that is a nice feeling. That would be 11-5 in Georgia's favor.
Correct. Here's the 0-1. That misses away. Keegan launched a 2-run homer in the third. He drove in 3 last night. Dogs on top 11-4. 1 out. Nobody on for Vandy as the Commodores bat here in the top of the 8th. Marsh is 1-1. Called a strikeout or half. And the deal now, and if Georgia can get through this with Marsh pitching the 8th or 9th, now with Liam Sullivan, who's been terrific the last 2 weeks, and he is back at 100% unleashed. 1-2, swing and a miss, struck him out with some high heat. And again, like we said right now, you know, the Commodores, the wind taken out of their sails, don't give them anything.
No.
Don't do anything
Absolutely
to open
not.
the door. Just play clean baseball and throw strikes. But you could be in a spot tomorrow if Liam can give Georgia 5 or 6. I mean, Gowan could potentially be first pitcher up. We'll see. He's got to get out of this one first. Here's Bolger. He takes a strike, 0-1.
And I will say this, Vandy's record does drop off when they are facing a left-handed pitcher.
Bradfield and Jones and Vaz, all left-handed hitters. The 0-1, that misses down and away. And really their big guns are Bradfield, Jones, and Keegan. Vaz gave them the big lift last night out of the 6th hole. It's 11-4 Georgia. Doors batting here at the top of the 8th. This is grounded towards short. J-Mac get a backhand. One pump on to first in time to retire the side. Chandler Marsh, good work. 1, 2, 3 go the doors as we head to the home half of the 8th. It's Georgia 11 and Vanderbilt 4 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Oh, hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
The ping of the bat, the slap of the glove, and the dudes that deliver.
College Sports Now is where you can queue up the most front-burning pieces of news and nuggets in the world of college baseball.
Hit for the cycle with us, Kyle Schasberger, David Kahn, and Michael Serber, as we deliver the goods and have some fun covering the good, the bad, and the ugly on the diamond.
Take College Sports Now with you as we journey towards Omaha.
Wherever you podcast.
Just search College Sports Now.
Georgia with an 11-4 lead over Vanderbilt as we head to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Collins, McAllister, and Rogers due for the Bulldogs against the lefty Ginther. A new catcher for the Commodores. That is number 5, Alan Espinal. So he is at Bulger spot and would be due up 9th in the 9th. Let's hope we don't see him hit. And a new left fielder, Troy Leneve, in for Hewitt. So he would be due up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's also hope we don't see him come in to hit as he now plays left field. It's an 11-4. Georgia lead. All right, let's get CC and J-Mac in the hits column and get these bats warmed up for tomorrow. Pitch misses inside. It's 1-0. Dogs with an 8-run 7th inning to take an 11-4 lead. Vandy shifts 3 defenders on the right side. Here's the pitch. That's a strike on the inner half, 1-1. Corey drew a walk last night. Line to right in the second as Jones made a great catch coming in. Dogs by 7. The pitch. Bender misses down and away. 2-1 the count.
Jeff, I want to wish a happy birthday to one of the biggest Bulldog fans we know, Kathy White, who is here at the game with her family. We love Kathy. I know she's loving this big lead.
Collins, jam job, rolled up the line at third. It's rolling. This might stay fair. It's rolling. It goes just foul by a centimeter.
Are you kidding me?
Keegan's hit the base.
No. Well, with a 7-run lead, it doesn't sting quite as bad.
Ouch.
That's incredible.
Wow.
But again, happy birthday to Kathy White.
Happy birthday, Kathy. And let's see if the Dogs can hang on in this one. That's good stuff there from the Skrilla dog. Left on left, the 2-2. This is hit high down the left field line into foul territory. Leneve on the run. The ball will find you, but it lands in the pin. Big hello. Got a lot of folks listening in and tweeting in Dogs Baseball. Eric, Stick to It Dog. Jim Cooney. Good stuff there. I like it. Sir barks a lot. Twitter handles are awesome. The modern day CB radio. Thanks to my dad listening in up in PA. Lefty on lefty, the 2-2 to CC. Jam job fouled off third base side like that from Corey. Let us both iterate and reiterate. You can't get enough against these guys. Boy,
I agree.
Marsh at top of the 8th was lights out. Hopefully he can come out and close the door, but Georgia got a little more insurance. That'd be A-OK. 11 was the winning score last night as Vandy won 11-9. Dogs leading 11-4 this afternoon. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Nobody on, nobody out. Collins at the plate. Ginther's pitch missed downstairs, 3-2. Vanderbilt pitching has struck out 6. The pitchers of record, Jonathan Cannon for Georgia and Patrick Riley for the Commodores. Collins slugs this one foul, third base side. Well, thank you so much for being with us here this afternoon. Tables have turned, my friends.
Oh, how the turntables. Thank you, Michael Scott.
11-4 Georgia. Ginther, here's a payoff. This is lifted out into center. That's going to drop in for a base hit. There you go, Corey. Now, DJ, let's see if that carries over and Corey has a big game tomorrow.
He just seems like he's getting close.
Well, you think about it. He just missed a homer last night, that long foul ball. Jones robbed him in the second inning today coming on.
And I know he had the rough day last Sunday at LSU, but he came back Tuesday with the home run against Kennesaw. Boy, and if he gets it going here these next few weeks, that is gymongous for the Dogs.
Let's see if J-Mac can get the hits column. Left on right. Swing and a foul tip. Well, Josh 0 for 4 today. He had a home run last night, 1 for 9 in the series. He has played exceptional defense here this afternoon. Even quote-unquote little things like throwing out Bradfield on a chopper to short when he didn't pat the glove. 0-1 fouled off straight back and out of play. Georgia leads Vanderbilt 11-4. Bulldogs batting here in the bottom of the 8th. McAllister, the senior shortstop, standing in. Collins is the runner at first with nobody out. Georgia by 7. Ginther looking in, lefty on righty. Here's the 0-2, missed outside. 1-2 the count. And quite proud to be the president of the 100% wrong club today. The con man touching them all. That gave Georgia the lead. Here's the 1-2. J-Mac pops this one up foul, straight back and out of play. Then Harbor reset the offense. You had the RBI infield single from Blaylock, and then the big blow from Fernando Gonzalez. Left on right. The 1-2 hit sharply foul down the third base line.
Hey, let's also not forget what Jonathan Cannon did today as well. He gave up that 2-run homer to Keegan over the batter's eye out in center field in the third inning. They only got 3 more base runners against him.
The similarities to last Saturday.
Yes.
He gave up a 4-run inning and then kept the Dogs in it through the middle innings. The 1-2. Line drive into right, base hit. There you go, J-Mac. Collins will round second as the ball gets past Jones. Collins will be held at third. McAllister safe at second. And DJ, great to get both Collins and McAllister in the hit column, and now a chance to add a couple of more to the runs column.
Well, I was going to say, even if they didn't get hits here, glad to see the Dogs getting 11 runs, and there aren't going to be many days where Collins and McAllister don't reach base, especially when they're hitting next to each other in the order. But 2 big hits for them, and again, we talk about carrying over into tomorrow, and hopefully that will be the case. As McAllister singles, you can charge an error to Jones. That's the 4th of the day for Vandy.
As Rogers hits this one high out into right, Jones will camp under. Collins is tagging. The throw is coming into third, and McAllister's safe. Collins safe in front of him. 12-4 Georgia on the sac fly for the chain gang. And finally, it was until the late innings, but Georgia cashing in on these Vandy miscues. And that lineup turning over. And Georgia staying patient. The walk to Acton, one of the biggest ABs of this game.
I totally agree. And then they go to the bullpen, and Tate greets Riley with the homer.
Here's Buddy Floyd, left on left. Line drive down the left field line. That's sinking. It's fair. 13-4. J-Mac scores. Buddy, safe at second, sliding. Atta baby, Buddy Floyd. Georgia by 9.
I know Marsh is already warmed up. He's going. He's in pitching mode, but do you take him out now, too, in case you might need him for tomorrow? Marsh only threw 10 pitches. I think you probably get somebody else up.
See how the Dogs play it.
Try to have as many of your bullets for tomorrow as you can.
Amen to that as Gonzo digs in. What a day he's had. Left on right. That misses low. It's 1-0. Gonzalez is 2 for 3 with 2 home runs, a walk, 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored, and he's popped out to the pitcher and caught a heck of a game. Ginther, the 1-0. That's behind Gonzo, and it hit him in the foot. So first and second.
When you're a big slugger, you hit 2 homers in a game, they're going to hit you with a pitch, right?
They're coming at you. And top of the order, I think George's going to pitch hit for Ben. It's going to be Dwight Smith. And just...
Our DA.
Dwight Allen. The old Chicago Cub.
Yeah.
Dwight Allen standing in. So DA, give you his numbers on the year, hitting 192 with a homer and 3 RBIs.
Pitch hitting for the Bulldogs, number 22, Dwight Allen.
So Dwight Allen standing in with runners at first and second and 1 away. The homer came against Akron. Lefty against righty. Ginther, here's a pitch. That misses low. It's 1-0. The Bulldogs with runners at first and second and 1 out. Love this inning as well. 5 productive ABs, 2 singles, a sac fly, an RBI double, and a hit batsman. Let's see if DA can keep it going. Freshman from Milton fouls this one off, straight back and out of play. It's Georgia 13 and Vanderbilt 4. The Dogs trailed this game 4-1. The Dogs have scored 12 unanswered. An 8-run seventh, the difference. DA digging in. Ginther at the letters. Here's a 1-1. Change up strike on the inner half. It's 1-2. Vanderbilt College World Series finalist a year ago. National champions in 1919. Also in 2014, Tim Corbin leading the Commodores to 5 College World Series. Here's a 1-2. That misses down and away. 2-2 the count. Thank you so much, Sam, for the tweet. The show saying just when the Dogs have you down, they pull you back in. From the letters, the 2-2. Popped him up. Shallow center. Let's see who wants this one. Young, the shortstop. He'll make the catch. They called that an infield fly, by the way. P6.
As they should have. By the rules.
Homage to the great Mitchell Boggs, by the way, who was on the mound. That's so great.
I know.
He was on the bump for that one. And here's Corey Acton. It was that walk, DJ. It was that walk. And then he drew a second walk in the inning to score on Tate's 2-run double.
So Acton having a big day at the plate, even though he doesn't have a hit.
Indeed. I believe that's DeYoung throwing in the pen as this is fouled off. I believe. We got to look through some netting.
You're correct, sir.
Well, that's once today.
Well, maybe there'll be another couple of times later on.
13-4. Georgia leading Vanderbilt.
This all turned when Alex Goodrich showed up.
No doubt about it. He brought the good fortune. Whoa! That hit the bat over his head, the pitch.
That's a foul ball.
Acted ducking out of the way, and it hit his bat. Whoa.
You know, it's funny. You'll see that every now and then.
Because your first reaction is not dropping the bat.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just basically just flinching, and you're still holding the bat there.
0-2.
Just glad it didn't hit him in the head.
No doubt. Left on left. The pitch to Acton. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's a tough luck K there for Corey. All right. Georgia extends the lead. The Bulldogs scored 2 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 Commodore error, and Georgia strands a pair. The Dogs, by the way, have left 10 aboard today, 7 in scoring position. We go to the 9th. It's Georgia 13 and Vanderbilt 4 here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia fans, college baseball is back. Rally up your friends with a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager to watch your team hit it out of the park on game day. Whether you're hanging out at the bar with your fellow dog or watching with a friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there to celebrate every strikeout. So grab a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2021, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
It's springtime in Athens. Soak it all in at Marker 7 Coastal Grill. Enjoy the best deck and 5 Points for the most delicious seafood this side of St. Simon's. Marker 7 has phenomenal fried shrimp, daily fish specials, sensational seafood soups, fresh salads, delicious sides, great chicken, world-class burgers, and cold drinks. For the ultimate panoramic view of 5 Points in the corner of Lumpkin and Millage, it's a must-stop. Make the most of the springtime. Hunker down at Marker 7 Coastal Grill in the heart of 5 Points, Athens.
Dogs have scored 12 unanswered, and Georgia leads Vanderbilt 13-4 as the Commodores come to the plate. Vastine, and Diaz do. Chandler Marsh still on the bump. Dogs with 13 runs on 12 hits and no errors. 4 runs, 6 hits, and 4 errors for the Commodores today. Marsh looking in, righty on lefty. He threw a perfect 8th. Here's the pitch. Fastball just misses away. It's 1-0.
Mark stuck in traffic over in Atlanta, but says it's a lot more tolerable when you got a big lead like this.
Oh, when Georgia's winning, life is good. Here's a 1-0. That's a strike on the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Well, just the frustration boiling over, and then the Dogs score 8 times in the 7th. Here's a 1-1. Lifted out into left center. This is going to be a tough play. DA's going to track it down. Stumbling, he makes the catch on both knees.
Hope he's okay. Get a little slow getting up there. I think he thought he was going to slide, and he just kind of stopped there.
Well, the ball finds him.
Yeah, the ball definitely finds you. DA's okay, I believe.
Shook him up a little bit. He's all right. And here's Vastine. 6 runs with 2 outs in the 8th. Georgia was 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Then got 3 straight hits with runners in scoring position, including a 3-run homer from Gonzo. Vastine hits this one out into left center with some carry. DA's on the run. It's over his head and off the wall. Vastine will pull into second, safely sliding with a 1-out double. And that'll bring up Diaz.
That's his second double of the year. He only had 6 hits coming in, just a limited number of at-bats.
Diaz has had a tough game in the field with 3 errors at the plate. He's 1 out of 2. He singled and scored in the 3rd, struck out looking in the 4th, was hit by a pitch in the 7th. Match play, we got him good. Georgia scored in 5 innings. Vanderbilt scored in 1. And they scored 4 in the 3rd to take a 4-1 lead, and they were knocking us around at that point. Georgia hung around. Marsh's pitch called a strikeout or half. It's 0-1. And then the Dogs finally got the lead and added to it. Harbor's hit after the Tate homer. Blaylock's infield single. Then the big blow, what should prove to be the knockout blow, Gonzo's 3-run homer. Righty on righty. Marsh looking in. From the belt. Here's the pitch. Misses down and away. That gets away from Gonzalez. Not far enough. The Georgia women will play Wake Forest at 1 o'clock tomorrow. The winner moves on to the Super Regional. The men's team just lost a doubles point to Florida State. Injuries have come up and really hit the Georgia men's tennis team. Thanks to Lamb for listening in. Right on right, Marsh. The 1-1 to Diaz. Missed inside, 2-1. You don't want to mess around here with the bottom of the order and give Vandy any kind of life, light, or hope. It's 13-4 Georgia. Commodores at the plate, top of the ninth. A one-out double from Vastine. It's 2-1 to Diaz. Chandler Marsh looking in from the belt. Here's the pitch. That misses down and away. It's 3-1. Now throw strikes. Allen making a nice catch as Vaz flew out to left center to start the inning. Vastine doubles off the wall. Now Gonzo just going to come out and try and calm Marsh down. And Dave, like we say, so that third strike, that third out, that 26th, that 27th out, no matter the run differential, can be the toughest to get the closer you get to the finish line.
I mean, you're at the point now where you can just almost groove BP.
Yes.
Just to get through this.
Don't want to walk anybody and play clean baseball. Georgia with a 13-4 lead. The Doors with 4 in the third. Righty on righty. Diaz digging in. Marsh from the belt. Here's the pitch. This is hit high out into right center field. D.A., chain gang. Allen makes the catch. Vastine will tag and advance to third. And just to make sure Dwight Allen's getting some action out in center today, he checks in and has his second put out of the frame.
And he had to go get that baseball that Vastine hit off the wall, so he's been involved in all 3 plays here so far in the ninth.
And that brings up the switch hitting shortstop Carter Young in from the left side. Bradfield's on deck. Just as soon see him at 2:02 tomorrow afternoon.
But if we do see him today, it's better than it could be with a 8 or a 9 run lead.
Breaking ball misses high and away. It's 1-0. Georgia an out away from evening up this weekend series. The Bulldogs have not been 0-2 heading into a series finale in league play. Here's a 1-0. Called strike with a changeup inner half. SEC action only. Georgia 5-3 in game 1, 5-2 in game 2, 2-5 in game 3. Feel good with Liam Sullivan on the bump tomorrow. 1-1 the count. Marsh's pitch misses down and in. 2-1.
Guess the only time we've been 0-2 this year was against Tech.
That's right.
And got them over at Coolray Field on Sunday.
That's exactly right. That started a hot streak for Georgia that concluded with the first 2 over Mississippi State. 2-1 to Young. Here's the pitch. Called strike inner half, 2-2. Now Georgia an out away and a strike away. Dogs up 9, but putting on the shift. 3 defenders on that right side. Vandy with Vastine, the runner at third. 2 away, top of the ninth. Dogs by 9. Righty on lefty. Marsh looking in. Gonzo through the signs. Marsh, the big freshman right-hander Cubs, set at the belt. Is 2-2. Bounce foul, first base side. A 2:02 marker 7. First pitch tomorrow afternoon. The crowd here has been terrific today, keeping the Dogs' spirits up all afternoon long. Now Marsh trying to close it out. Righty on lefty. Runner at third. 2 outs. From the belt. Here's a 2-2. Missed outside. 3-2 the count. Vaz flew to center. Vastine doubled off the wall in left center. Diaz flew to center. It's 3-2 to Young. Vastine takes his lead off third. 2 outs. Top of the ninth. Dogs 13. Vanderbilt 4. Marsh looking in. Righty against lefty. He comes. Set at the belt. Here's a payoff pitch. Hit high and deep out into right center field. A long drive. This ball is out of here. That's a 2-run homer, and it's 13-6.
Boy, today you just get it up in the jet stream and it just carries right on out. Although he hit that one well.
Crushed it. So that's Vanderbilt's second home run today. Georgia has hit 3. A lot of similarities to this game and last Saturday's win over LSU. Georgia won that one by 5. Georgia leads this one now by 7. And here's Bradfield, top of the order, 5th time through. He's 1 for 4 today. Marsh's pitch hit deep out into right. This ball is out of here, and it's 13-7. Remember when we said you can't get enough against these guys?
That's right.
Now the 2 in the 8th looming even larger. So back-to-back homers for the Commodores for Bradfield. That's his 6th of the year. That'll put his average up over 300, and he is having himself a heck of a weekend. And
just
now,
glad he's doing that here down this many.
Amen. And here's Lenev, the left fielder, who's a left-hander. Lenev hitting 194, 2 homers, 7 ribbies, takes a strike. You know, that's our throw strikes.
Yeah.
Don't walk them. Georgia 13, Vanderbilt 7. Here's the 0-1. That misses up and away. And Georgia's getting the action going now. Yeah, jacks up just in case. He hadn't started throwing again. 1-1 to Lenev. Here's the pitch. Just misses away, nibbling for the outside corner. 2-1. Just trying to get that 3rd out. That 27th out of the game. Georgia 13, Vanderbilt 7. Here's a 2-1. Misses up, it's 3-1, and this might be it for Marsh if he doesn't get Lenev, because you got Jones and then Keegan.
And if Gowan does have to come in and just put the lights out, that would still, for Vanderbilt, feel like a little bit of a win.
Would be. Marsh, the 3-1. Swing and a miss, it's 3-2.
All of a sudden, Chandler throws his best pitch.
Sure does. He knows he doesn't want to walk him. All right, young freshman, let's close her out right here. 2 outs, base is empty. The 3-2, ball 4. Good gracious. The inning extends. That's the 3rd walk of the day. And here comes Jones, and let's see how the Dogs play this.
Now batting number 34, Spencer Jones.
All right, while Jones is at the plate, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Scott Strickland making his way out to the mound as Vanderbilt has scored 3 times here in the 9th. And let's see if he's got the hook with him, or if this is just, hey, can you get me one more out? It was 13-4. Now it's 13-7 with a runner at first, and Vandy's Thunder coming up, Jones and then Keegan. And now the home plate umpire, Zach Neff, coming out. Gowan loosening, DeYoung loosening, and Marsh has been so terrific this year. And Georgia will indeed make the UGA Bookstore's call to the bullpen. They'll tell you who the Georgia hurler is after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Oh, hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Run it back.
This is hit high out into right field with some carry. Wallace is going back. He's looking up. It's over the scoreboard.
Anderson with a 2-run homer. Strike 3 swinging, and that's the ball game.
The Dogs have done it.
The road to Omaha runs through Athens.
Connor Tate has homered for the second time tonight.
Follow the Diamond Dogs all season long on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
UGA Bookstore's call to the bullpen. Dogs turning it over. The hard-throwing sophomore righty Max DeYoung, 1-0 this season. The earned run average, 1.35. 9 strikeouts, 5 walks, and 6 2/3. An opponent's batting average of 130. And DJ DeYoung, we have seen his role increase, and he's got some big-time upside, especially with the injuries. And we lose Luke Wagner last night for a couple of weeks. He's a guy who's earned more innings, and George is going to lean on him more and more.
Yeah, taking advantage of what he's been given so far here this year. And as you mentioned, his numbers, like the 9 strikeouts and 6 2/3 innings. And again, just slowly working his way to being a big contributor here to this Georgia bullpen. And he comes in here with a 6-run lead, only 1 out to get. So hopefully throws strikes, takes care of business, gets the Dogs home, and we'll get ready for the rubber game tomorrow.
And Vandy has scored 3 runs with 2 outs here in the 9th. Lenev, the runner at first, and here's Spencer Jones, who is 1 for 4 with an RBI single and a run scored in the 3rd. So DeYoung looking in. Gonzalez through the sides. And now DeYoung will step off and say, my fault. So we'll reset everything. Lenev not being held on by the first baseman, Harbor. From the letters, here's a pitch. There's a strike on the outer half, 0-1 to big Spencer Jones, hitting .362 on the year, 7 home runs, 39 RBIs. He's 4 for 8 in the series with 2 walks, 2 ribbies, and 4 runs scored. Played some excellent defense out and right, though he made an error in the Bulldogs' 8th as that pitch misses low. It's 1-1.
Really felt good for Max. He got the win against Kennesaw. He's worked so hard. That was his first career victory.
Just getting more and more chances. This is his 8th appearance and his 3rd in league play. 1 1/3 scoreless. DeYoung, the 1-1. This is sliced out into left down the line. Foul territory. This is going to land out of play. That was closer to the line than I thought.
Same here. I thought that was a bullpen special when it left the bat.
So it's 1-2, and for the 3rd time, Georgia an out away and a strike away, and the wind really kicks up. Ball in, 2 strikes to Jones. Runner at first with 2 outs. DeYoung looking in, righty against lefty. Gonzo through the sides. At the letters, here's the pitch. Just misses, belt high over the plate. 2-2 the count. So Jones digging in, trying to keep the Commodores alive. Lenev, the runner at first, 3 in, 2 outs. Dogs by 6. DeYoung's 2-2. Hit sharply into right. That's a base hit. Lenev will stop at second. 2 on, 2 outs, and that brings up Keegan. And I think if Keegan reaches, George is going to go to Gowan.
I think you're right.
This is starting to get almost to the edge of nervy.
You still got a 6-run lead.
But
if, just say, the worst year Keegan homered, then you definitely go get Gowan.
Yes.
And you still got a 3-run lead.
Yes. So DeYoung toes the rubber. A righty against a righty. 8th batter of the inning is Keegan. Here's a pitch called strike on the inner half. Well, in Espinal's spot, due next, but Parker Nolan has grabbed a bat. Righty on righty with DeYoung looking in. The Georgia lead is 13-7. Vandy scored 3. They've got runners at first and second with 2 outs here at the top of the 9th. The 0-1 fouled off straight back and out of play, and I'm not going to say it. 0-2 with 2 outs. But on the doorstep again, can DeYoung and the Dogs close the door on the doors? Keegan has had a monster weekend. He hit a 2-run homer today in the 3rd. He's driven in 5 in the series. DeYoung at the letters is 0-2. Missed up and in, 1-2 the count. Keegan 4 for 9 this weekend. A homer, a walk, 5 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. He's got 10 round trippers this season. 1-2 the count with runners at first and second and 2 away. Now time called. Gonzalez, the Georgia catcher. Harbor, Acton, McAllister, and Floyd, first and third around the horn. Tate, Allen, and Rogers left to right in the Georgia outfield. DeYoung looking in, righty on righty. A ball in, 2 strikes to Keegan. And now time called. And that time was called by the runner at second base, Lenev. And now time called by the batter, Keegan. 1-2 the count. DeYoung from the letters. Here's the pitch. Hit foul, straight back and out of play. Georgia 13 and Vanderbilt 7. As the Commodores bat here in the top of the 9th. They've plated 3 in the inning. Couple of home runs, a double. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. DeYoung from the letters. The 1-2 to Keegan. Hit high and foul out on the Pinecrest, first base side. And Gowan is ready. The wind whipping around. Max DeYoung, the 3rd Georgia pitcher of the day, 2nd of the inning, trying to get that 27th out of the day. The 1-2, popped up, foul territory, right side, a long run. Harbor twisting on the track, reaches and makes a diving catch to win it. Attaboy Parks.
Had it all the way. That's a heck of a play right there by Harbor.
Vanderbilt scores 3 times in the 9th inning, and the Doors do it on 4 hits. There were no Georgia errors, and the Commodores strand a pair. The Dogs with a 13-7 win to even the series, and Georgia again coming off the deck. And DJ, we hadn't gone into a finale in the league 0-2 yet.
And a big rubber game coming up tomorrow.
Final score 13-7 Georgia. We'll come back and check the totals after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Run it back.
This is hit high out into right field with some carry. Wallace is going back. He's looking up. It's over the scoreboard. Ben Anderson with a 2-run homer. Strike 3 swinging, and that's the ball game. The Dogs have done it.
The road to Omaha runs through Athens.
Connor Tate has homered for the 2nd time tonight.
Follow the Diamond Dogs all season long on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes 1 winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
Dogs winner by a final of 13-7. Georgia, 13 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Vanderbilt, 7 runs, 10 hits, and 4 errors. Jonathan Cannon with the win. He's 9-1. The losing pitcher, Patrick Riley, falls to 2-3. Georgia now 32-15, 13-10 in the league. Vandy at 30-15 and 11-12 in the SEC. Scott Strickland Show just around the corner right here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Baseball demons, be gone! Football demons, I rebuke thee! But critters in the attic, leave it to Breda Pest Management to get rid of those pests. Neil Hondo Williamson here in Titletown for Breda, who will seal your entire home from critters from the foundation to the roof line. And only Breda disinfects all that critter waste to give you back a clean, healthy home. The official pest control of your Georgia Bulldogs, Breda Pest Management, BREDA Pest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
The Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to Dogs Postgame. Coming up, we'll run through the numbers, hear from head coach Scott Strickland, and look ahead to the Bulldogs' next game. Now, let's go back to the ballpark.
Dogs a 13-7 winner over Vanderbilt here this afternoon at Foley Field. With the win, the Bulldogs improved to 32-15 and 13-10 in the SEC. The Commodores now 30-15 and 11-12, and we know we're guaranteed leaving here in second place this weekend in the SEC East. Coach Strickland joining us, the Scott Strickland Show presented by BMW. And Coach, no doubt the inning of the year, and what a win. I know the frustration, it was boiling over all across Foley Field, and to try and break through and come up with that big inning and pick up this monster win. What a day for us.
Well, again, I think that's the difference between a young team and a veteran team. Veterans team don't let those opportunities get you down. And, last night we had the chances, and it didn't happen, and it could have been frustrating for today. It doesn't happen. We've got the bases loaded early in the game and nobody out and don't score. And, it's tough. It's frustrating, but that's what we kept saying. Hey, you're going to get another at-bat. Make sure you're ready for your next at-bat. And, Fernando came up huge today. Connor Tate came up huge today. Corey Acton getting the walks, getting on base in front of those guys. So just a lot of guys stepped up, and it starts on the mound. Jonathan Cannon going out there for the seventh. To me, that won the game for us. He was pretty close to that pitch count after the sixth, and he came off the mound and said, I'm going back out. I mean, he basically said, I'm going back out, and Coach Kenny and I said, yes, you are. So he went back out there and put up a 0, and that gave us the momentum. Their guy tried to go 7 and just couldn't do it, and Johnny got us through it.
Yeah, and he gave up that home run to Keegan, and he only allowed 3 base runners the rest of his outing, and one of those was that ball that hit off the bag there, that roller down the line. So, I mean, you talk about veterans and coming through for you. Like you said, he wanted the baseball, and he really responded in a positive way after he gave up the home run.
Yeah, he sure did. He got locked in, and we drew 7 walks, and just had a ton of extra base hits. And like I said, Fernando and Connor Tate. Connor Tate, what a series he's having. And Corey Acton goes 0-4 but gets 2 walks, gets on base and scores twice. So those are all huge at bats. Benny Anderson continues to scald balls and I thought he had 2 opposite field home runs today, and he just keeps hitting it at people. So a lot of guys are swinging the bat well. We got a chance to win another series on our home field on Mother's Day. Should be another great crowd, great weather. I hope everybody comes out and supports this team, because I think we're pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, this is a fun team. Everybody loves this team. And, Coach, 2 scripts we had to flip when we've lost, and we had lost 4 of our last 5 conference games, walks and home runs. And we won the walks battle. I know they hit the 2 there in the 9th, but the homers came up big for us. That was a huge factor in today's game.
Yeah, no question about it. I thought we had really good at-bats early, even when we didn't have very many hits. We were hitting balls hard. Corey Collins, line drive, right fielder makes a nice play. Benny Anderson kept hitting balls hard. Acton and Parks Harbor both hit balls on the nose. Just weren't getting hits, and that's baseball. And, when you hit it over the fence, they can't catch it. So Connor Tate and Fernando took care of that for us. And, again, just a really good effort to bounce back. This was a huge game. We all knew that, it kind of had that must-win feel to it, even though we've still got 7 more games to play in the conference. You just feel like, what we've got coming up in front of us, it's a tough sled. And we've just got to make sure that we take care of business. And we did today. Really proud of the guys bouncing back.
I know that 9th inning was, it was still a big lead, but is that one of those where you tell the guys, hey, look, you can't you just can't go to sleep at all in this league, especially against a team like this.
Yeah, I thought Chandler Marsh, he just left it all out there in the 8th. It was really, that's the best I've seen him in the 8th. And, maybe just a little bit of the adrenaline rush was gone from him. We didn't want to burn anybody else, so we just decided, hey, he was so good, let's just leave him out there. And I think he just ran out of gas because he was so pumped up in the 8th. And it was good to see Max get in there and throw the ball well and get the final out for us. So we'll be ready to go. We got Jaden and Jack, and DeYoung can throw. Pearson's fresh. Rokoch is ready. All behind Sully. So we'll have a lot of arms ready to go. Those guys have unbelievable arms that come out of the pen, and we've had great at-bats off. Riley's throwing 96 miles an hour, and Connor Tate just turns it around. Parks Harbor just turns it around. So had a lot of really good at-bats off some good arms today. And we got a freshman on the mound for them. He's really talented, and we're going to have to be on our A game.
All right, Coach. We haven't been 0-2 going into the finale yet, and it's great to keep that going. First 5 finales, we give up 15.6 runs a game. Last 2 finales, Liam's pitched very well. We've gotten shut out, and we've scored 3 times. So let's get Liam to pitch great. We got the bullpen behind him. And let's get a bunch more runs tomorrow and win this series.
That sounds like a recipe to win a series right there. But better,
all right.
Good pitching and score some runs. We'll win if that happens.
Hey, speaking of arms, Miss Brenda's going to be throwing a pitch tomorrow to her little boy, right?
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've seen her throw a baseball. It was always my dad playing catch out there. She did a lot of watching, but yeah, I know she's excited to throw out the first pitch, and I'm excited to catch it.
Well, we saw her up here, and I asked her if Cale, because he's a catcher, has been warming her up some. So she said she was a little nervous, but she's pumped to do it tomorrow.
No, she'll do just fine. I know that. She'll do just fine.
All right, Coach. Enjoy this one. Can't wait for tomorrow.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that's it on the Scott Strickland Show. That's presented by BMW. Atlanta area BMW centers providing legendary performance, exceptional offers, and a premium ownership experience. At BMW, only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWATL.com today. BMW, a proud supporter of the Georgia Bulldogs. BMW says, go Dogs. A win in the books. And, DJ, we can exhale momentarily. We'll come back and have our Primerica Player of the Game after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The ping of the bat, the slap of the glove, and the dudes that deliver.
College Sports Now is where you can queue up the most front-burning pieces of news and nuggets in the world of college baseball.
Hit for the cycle with us, Kyle Schasberger, David Kahn, and Michael Serber, as we deliver the goods and have some fun covering the good, the bad, and the ugly on the diamond.
Take College Sports Now with you as we journey towards Omaha.
Wherever you podcast,
just search College Sports Now.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield and JMI Sports under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
Primerica Player of the Game presented by Primerica. Primerica, the only company positioned to make the maximum impact on Main Street families. And DJ, we got a lot to choose from. I would say Cannon, the Con Man, and Gonzo at the top of the list.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right about that. Gonzo today, too. I mean, let's not forget he's catching all the SEC innings now. And the bat is actually warmed up. And, yeah, he's the number 9 hitter in the lineup, but he ain't hitting like a number 9 hitter right now.
So Fernando Gonzalez with 2 home runs, Connor Tate with a 4 RBI 7th, and Jonathan Cannon getting his 9th win and 10 decisions, our Primerica Players of the Game.
I'm good with that.
Georgia wins it. The final score, 13-7. We'll go around the SEC after this timeout here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
Get ready for the first pitch at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldog gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus, next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
The winner today. What a game it was. Georgia 13 and Vanderbilt 7. Vandy got 3 there in the ninth just to make us twitch a little bit there, but an 8-run seventh, the inning of the year, and tacked on 2 more there in the top of the 8th. That was huge, and they even up this weekend series. And DJ, Georgia right now is 13-10, and what a huge swinger tomorrow.
Yeah, big game. And after last night, we were a little down, and certainly the first half of this game, things weren't going well. But then the Dogs come up big with that 8-run 7th inning today and end up winning 13-7. And he, like you said, we didn't have look over here. I got the tank.
The tank is with us.
Yes.
And Magdy.
Yes.
What's up, guys?
Well, everybody's happy over there. So, with like you were saying to Coach, when the weekend rotation was down, we're giving up some big numbers in the third game of these weekend series. Now that Sully's come back, stretched the rotation out, and certainly it's been much better, even though the wins haven't come. But I certainly like where Georgia is tomorrow. Going to be a lot of familiarity talking about Sully pitching, and we're going to see a Georgian on the mound for them. Carter Holton is a freshman lefty who got off to a great start. Might have hit a little bit of a wall, but, man, he is so talented. So it's going to be a lot of fun out here tomorrow.
And we need to mention, too, Holton, he is the cousin of Anthony Dasher.
We got to mention that.
Yeah, terrific beat writer who covers the Bulldogs for Rivals. And so I know Dash is going to want his cousin to throw about 7 shutout innings and then for Georgia to come back and win it later
win
tomorrow.
1-0, yeah.
So,
no big deal at all. By the way, South Carolina had a 9-0 lead over A&M out in College Station. It's now 9-5 in the 5th inning, so still a long way to go there. Tennessee trying to avoid the sweep, and that's the first time we've had to say that this year. Tennessee leads Kentucky 4-2 in the 6th inning in Lexington. Kentucky won the first 2 games of the series, including Game 2 earlier this afternoon. They didn't get to finish last night as they got suspended, so Kentucky ended up winning 5-2, and they won that 13-inning game on Thursday. All the other games are late starts. In fact, Arkansas and Auburn will be starting here in a couple of minutes, and then you've got Missouri and Ole Miss at 7, Florida, Mississippi State at 7:30, LSU and Alabama at 8:30 on the SEC Network.
3 games under the lights. As the mighty Munson would say, we are waiting on television.
Apparently so, yes.
This was a big one here today. In many ways, this felt like a season saver with what Georgia wants to do, and it lightens the pressure. We know what's coming up tomorrow. We know what's coming up next weekend. At the very least, Georgia's put itself in a position, if the Bulldogs could win the Missouri series, to go 15-15 in league play. That's with the worst-case scenario tomorrow and next weekend.
Well, there's 2 kind of must-win situations. There's the literally must-win and the mentally must-win. Felt like today was a mentally must-win for the Dogs, and they came through.
I did too. And Georgia delivered. What a win it was. And now let's go out and take the series tomorrow. Georgia's 13-10 in the SEC with a 13-7 victory over the Vanderbilt Commodores. We'll have a final word after this final timeout here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The Hilltop Grill opened the night David Green hit Michael Johnston at Auburn, sending the Dogs to the SEC title. In the years since, Hilltop has become an Athens favorite, featuring premium steak and seafood. Locally owned, the Hilltop gives you the finest in food without the hassle of downtown. With an open and covered patio, reservations available for all occasions, private parties, and a sensational Sunday brunch. Hunker down and head to the Hilltop at 2310 West Broad. Call 706-353-7667. That's 706-353-7667.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Dogs a 13-7 winner. Great to see Matthew, Tank, and the Monster here at the booth with us as Georgia pulls it out. And DJ, it's all smiles tonight. We can go enjoy our dinner. And looking forward to a great day. Should be another terrific game tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Got Sully on the mound tomorrow. Another big rubber game. Got Vandy at home. Going to be Mother's Day. I hope there's a great crowd out here. Looking forward to it.
So happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. 2:02 marker 7 first pitch. That means a 1:40 airtime. Great job back at Mission Control, Ryan Smith. For the magnificent Mr. David Johnston, I'm Jeff Dantzler. Thanks so much for joining us on a winning day for Georgia. Bulldogs 13, Commodores 7. See you tomorrow right here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, you've been listening to Georgia Baseball. Today's game has been brought to you by Landmark Athens Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Dos Equis, a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Breda Pest Management. With Breda, you don't have to be afraid of bugs. Marker 7 Coastal Grill, bringing a taste of the Gulf to 5 points. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. The UGA Bookstore. It's where the dogs shop. Primerica, the only company positioned to make the maximum impact on Main Street families. And by Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, powered by Learfield and JMI Sports.